What up, dude?
Welcome, moon and star. Come to me through fire and war. Oh, oh, come nearer. Come and look upon the heart. Upon the heart. Oh, lay down your weapons. It is not too late
Right
for my mercy.
Whoa, whoa.
Come and look upon the heart.
On the heart. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I'm a god. How can you kill a god? What a grand and intoxicating innocence. I'm a god. How can you kill a god? Shame on you, sweet Zarabar. I'm a god.
I'm trapped in my house.
I'm a god. I'm a god. God. I'm a god. I'm a god. I'm a god. Welcome, moon and star. Come to me through fire.
Teleports
and war.
behind you.
Holy shit.
What up?
Where'd you come from?
I had to crawl out the window.
Oh, I can't fit through the windows. My ass is too big.
True. True. Maybe we can get a bigger window for you. You look good, babe.
Thanks. I don't know what happened to my antlers.
Me neither. Turgle and I were looking for you last night.
Did we drink? It's Irish weekend.
Nope.
You sure?
Yep.
Pretty sure it was...
Not yesterday. Hey, you want to know something?
Yeah.
You want to see something funny?
Eh?
We gotta
Is
find.
it?
We gotta find somebody. Actually, get on the bike.
What?
Get on the bike.
Like in the driver's seat?
Yeah. Now kick me.
Yeah, I have to...
You got it. Okay, you
It's
got
not
it.
doing the thing. It's not doing the thing.
Use your legs, not your hands, babe.
I know! What the... Did I forget how to kick? Doing the thing. What the fuck? My legs are not working. What the fuck?
Boom. That's fine.
Can't drive. There we go. See, kick, 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 kick.
Okay,
kick,
keep
kick,
doing
kick,
it.
Kick, kick, kick.
Don't stop.
Oh, can't do it while it stopped. Okay, do it one more time, and then I'll just have. Ow.
What the fuck? Oops.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep the kid leg up. Oh, that's so dumb.
Yeah, I guess you can do it while it's stationary.
But not
That's fine. Just drive for a second, and I want you to kick me.
What? You want me to kick you?
Yeah, kick me. Ow! All right, now do it again.
No, I'm wearing heels. That's not
It doesn't hurt. I'm so fucking aroused right now. Yeah, you kick like a wimp.
What the fuck? No, I don't. Do not kick like a wimp. I have powerful thighs, okay? From Harlan and from
You say Harlem?
Harlan.
Hurling
It's an
what?
Irish sport.
What is it?
It's kind of like a mix between lacrosse and rugby.
Oh, speaking of the cross, last night you were holding Jonathan Acker over the clothing store across the street. What up with that?
What?
And then you conjured a dust storm?
What? Doesn't sound... Alright, Jonathan has been torturing me psychologically for some time, so I don't really recall exactly those details right now, but, I want to kill Jonathan, and unless you'd rather sleep, okay, I want your help to do that.
We're not gonna kill Jonathan.
I want to kill Jonathan.
We're not gonna kill Jonathan, man. Just tell him to stop.
You think I haven't tried that?
I'll tell him. You want me to mansplain for you?
I don't know if you think that would actually work, because,
Because what?
honestly, he's on a list. Glorion's on a list now.
What list?
Of people who have been fucking with my psychological well-being.
Am I on that list? You're supposed to say no, not be.
No.
We're freaking late.
I might have been evil laughing in my head for a second.
Why are you evil laughing in your head?
I'm not okay.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? You know what? Hi.
Hey.
Hey.
Can't wait to serve
Might
you
want
this
to
Ellen
step out of the
Court.
way, Mickey.
Hello.
Oh my god.
Hello.
Hello.
Howdy, man.
God.
Hello. First.
Shaban, if you have a mask,
Talk the other lawyers
you
here,
may
but-
want to slide it on.
Oh,
Oh,
I
yeah. I
do
mean,
have.
Hey Max, can I
a
borrow you for a
mask.
second?
Yes. But only 1 second because we have a very important council meeting.
What? No.
Oh wait, it's not Dingle Dan. Okay, great.
ha ha ha, Norman.
What up?
What up?
Come over here.
I
bud.
was wondering if you would give a recommendation for me. I'm just having this for the future. This is Damien for judge for memes. I want to hold the meme court cases in AU so that people can sue over stupid shit because there's never judges.
Give it to Crane.
Yeah,
or
I'm
are you
looking
too?
for-
Are you too scared?
No,
Look.
I'm gathering recommendations.
Yeah,
before.
I recommend you. The end.
Okay,
Nice mustache.
thanks. I think this qualifies me.
I
Look,
think it does too.
we are late for our meeting.
Damn it. Michael's not going to be there. Hi, Crane.
Hello.
Hey, Mike's not gonna be there.
Yay.
Why not?
But because he said, I can present his stuff, and that we can just vote in his stead.
Well, I don't think Philip is gonna be here either.
You know, something tells me that I think she will be.
Wait, really? I'm trying to wait for Crane to get out of the way.
So that you don't fucking run him down
Yeah.
like a dog.
Like an old dog.
Wow, he really is so slow. He's just barely getting out of the door.
He old. What's that jacket, Crane?
Oh, it's a special unit.
What's the unit?
CSHRRU.
What is it for?
It's a joint task force with the PD, some liaisons from different folks. You know,
What do you guys do?
whatever's needed.
What's your purview?
Well, everything really.
Whatever's needed? That's like ominous. That's ominous AF.
Everyone's crying. The sound of tears.
Okay. It's not, but I mean, they could still harass the EMS from within
Hi,
the prison
Max.
at that
Hello.
point.
Hi there.
Obviously.
Welcome to our conversation.
Oh, yeah,
we're talking
talking
about
about
how
DLC prison
Bobby
stuff.
Charles is ruining
Yeah,
everything.
they are.
What do
They
you
are
do?
fucking around.
a
So
lot of stuff.
I
Yeah.
witnessed yesterday. I talked to Siobhan about this last night. During a bench trial where
Oh, that.
Juno's bench trial where she was found guilty for kidnapping and attempted second-degree murder.
Nice.
I
I
yeah.
always, I
about
always,
that weapons license
Yeah, that-
anymore.
that
I
one's
always
crazy.
knew she was a fucking criminal.
Well, during said bench trial, Bobby Charles was on duty and at the courthouse, even though he was not part of the bench trial or anything.
Yep.
And he used his privilege as being on duty DOC to bypass the metal detectors,
Yeah.
and then used a knife that he had on him to brandish and threaten somebody beyond the metal detectors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're also getting
so-
reports of them threatening EMS, but also potentially dragging people out to the parking lot, so EMS have to respond to pick them up.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's yeah, they might be
Yeah.
fucking around a lot.
So it's like, because I know that, like, I've talked to other people, and like Carmine is actually taking this seriously, but I think Bobby Charles is ruining it for him.
Yeah, I think Carmine would, but yeah, it's unfortunate.
Hey, Dakota, you see any DOC on duty right now?
I can check.
Hello. Hi, Kit. How are you?
Negative.
God damn it, I wanted to yell at him.
Oh, that would be funny.
Carmine, to his credit, is not the one fucking up. It's
Yeah.
No, I agree, absolutely.
Hey, our
I
warrants.
actually like Carmine a lot, surprisingly.
yeah,
But yeah.
Our
Yeah.
warrants.
words I never thought I'd say.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, this is not council related.
I'm Tom Bomba, Dill, and Sauron.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Explain Sauron.
Well, Ed and I were discussing, you know, which character we were because of Archie's answer to this question the other day of being Golem. And, you know, we were like, who are you? And then she's like, charismatic, bunch of stuff. And I'm like, so Sauron bearing the 3 rings to the elves. As
Is
a
it
gift.
bad if I say I've never seen Lord of the Rings?
It's not bad. It's just,
Oh,
it's
okay,
not
thank
bad.
God.
It just prevents us from ever being close friends.
I've always meant to. It's just never happened. So, you know, I'm not against it. Just never happened.
Oh man, I
Could
wish,
you be
I
shown
wish he
them?
didn't write this because I'm
Would
pretty
you watch
confident
them?
my shit's not on
It's
file.
actually
It might
been proposed
remind
many times. It's just never
people.
actually happened. But I would absolutely watch them. In fact, I should make a point to do it.
Hey, thanks for subbing, Hipster and Op. Thanks for subbing.
I watch them every day, unless there's something else that
That's a
sparks
hell of
my
a
interest.
Liar.
Not all 3 of them. Shut up. I've watched Lawyer. Okay, you know when Netflix released a thing about people who they're like, hey, somebody out there has watched all 3 Lord of the Rings every single day for a year straight. It was me.
Don't say it was me like you're revealing that you were the murderer in the murder mystery. It was me. I did it.
The $1 million question is
The mayor.
director's cut or not director's cut?
Extended cut. Extended editions always.
My goodness, that is.
Garrick
a lot of
hasn't
viewing
farted
time.
in a
They
while?
are great movies, but that is a lot of hours.
Look, I'm pretty sure The Fellowship of the Ring is the most perfect film ever created. Like, it's just perfect.
I'm not going to debate any of those movies. Were and remain very enjoyable.
We gave you Faramir. I'm sorry, we meant to ask everybody. I don't know. I decided that we should ask everybody here what characters they thought they were, rather than projecting our values upon you. So, sorry about that.
Also, they shouldn't have it outside of the hospital anyway, so that's still not right.
Just Fries, thanks for subbing. Please help. How come Gregory Johnson texted me, please help?
Huh? Do I need one or do you need to borrow it?
Did he do it? Maybe he wants your help selling more guns.
I did everything I could for that guy short of literally being like, okay, you guys have to hire him. I don't
Yeah,
wanna,
I
don't wanna
remember
fucking do that.
literally him twatting shit out about like have gun license after he was gone from the PD.
It's
Call
crazy.
me.
Oh my god.
Like, it was either a twat or a Yelp pages ad. I forget which. And I just from that point on I wrote the guy off. It is what it is.
Yeah.
People think that judges just like don't read shit like that, when in fact that's most of what we do.
You okay?
You can learn so much if you just read all the incident reports, the investigative reports, and the Yellow Page ads. You know pretty
yeah?
much everything fucking happening at any given time.
Well, let me just find out what gangs are in the city. They're probably all
Yeah,
in the
pretty
yellow
much.
pages.
They're all advertising.
They're all in here.
I watched Water religiously. I've been doing that since my time at Fast Loans.
Oh yeah.
Oh, can you speak up better?
Sorry, is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I used to scour or keep my eye on Twatter constantly, because when I was with Fast Loans, I would be looking for people all of a sudden selling vehicles that they had taken loans out for. It's like, that's your collateral. Sorry, buddy.
Mona's not answering his phone, by the way. So he may have fallen asleep.
Oh,
Wait, who fell asleep?
what you mean,
Oh,
Michael?
was it?
Yeah, he's not gonna make
not gonna
it.
be
Oh,
here
yeah, he's not
yet.
gonna be here yet.
Oh.
You know who might be able to make it here?
Who?
Ursula.
Oh, we should
Yeah.
we should actually not have her here. 'Cause we
Oh
gotta
shit!
talk about
Actually,
her.
wait. Yeah, maybe
Oh.
not this time.
Uh-oh.
Wait, yeah.
Yeah, we got to talk about her.
What happened?
Ooh.
And that is the first thing to talk about if we're ready.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all here, I
Okay,
guess.
so I am pleased to announce that the election for Civilian Oversight Board has concluded.
Mhm.
I know we talked about how we're going to take the top 8 and then select 4. I'll read out the top 8 and let's see what you guys think.
Mhm.
Okay, so in order from highest votes to least votes out of the top 8, we got Archie Archer, no surprise, with 140. That guy's literally addicted to the Civilian Oversight Board.
Mhm.
Sonny Brooks, 129. Ursula Leichenberg, 114. Owen Svensson, 83. Silas Moreno, 79. TJ Walker, 78. First Temple, 73. Jalapeno, 65. And then it roughly just trails off from there. So thoughts?
I spoke with Silas Moreno today. It's the first time I've ever met him. I kind of just threw a bunch of random questions at him to see if he was prepared for it and actually understood the position. Honestly, I was happy with all of his answers. The vibes I got from him was he wouldn't be too bad. I don't know him on a personal level at all, but he at least made it through that conversation. I also just personally know Hal and think he would be pretty good for this kind of thing, and I think we'd be insane not to get Svensson.
And that's
Well,
yeah,
as
go ahead, Malcolm.
as a general question, yeah. So, is there anyone of that list of 8 people that people think absolutely should not be on it, and why?
Nope.
Okay, so As much as I really like Sunny, I think she is a wonderful person. Siobhan can attest to it. We sat at the Shift 3 PD meeting and listened to her talk to PD, and she had literally no idea what the Civilian Oversight Board
I'd
was
agree.
going
That's
to be
what I've
doing.
heard as well.
She was, talking about basically having to do with businesses, which I think she might have had it confused with the Chamber of Commerce idea that had been discussed previously. And then she was also trying to answer questions that should have been directed to myself and Siobhan as council members and not Civilian Oversight Board. They were asking her about qualified immunity. They were asking her about like helicopters.
Well, so
and
let's dive into that for a second. I mean, do we haven't, there's not a extremely in-depth, line by line definition of exact actions about how this thing.
Esserin and Kuro,
most of it is just getting these civilians who are clean and not government employees, and having Malton kind of, take them under his wing and create this board. And I guess my question is knowing that we are going to publish the voting results in full, I would question this the following way. Is there anything in the top 8 that makes us want to supersede the voting will of the public?
Not
to
for
what
me.
to what Etta was saying, I think Sony, she didn't understand the position, but I do think she has the right mindset. Like she has a good learning mentality, like a growth mindset. Archie also seemed to misunderstand the position, and more than that, his Lord of the Rings character is Gollum. I feel like he's kind of greedy for power, and he keeps trying to call out these other names. I'm not a big fan of his.
Yeah, I also agree with Siobhan on that note, because I've waffled on my opinion, because he genuinely has shown the persistence and determination, for it, as we have all noticed, but he's also willfully ignored our suggestions, myself included. I spoke to him in the very beginning of his campaign and told him that continuing to call it the Civilian Oversight Council would be confusing for a lot of people. And then it proved to be correct, because people still were under the impression that he would somehow be making council decisions. And he even came to me, earlier yesterday, and just to clarify, what specifically, they would be doing. So it just, I don't know, somebody who just willfully chooses to do things the way that they want to do and not as it should be, it just shows an unwillingness to compromise or see things from another perspective.
Sidebar. And by sidebar, I mean everyone stay seated. Malton, can you please explain the purpose of the Civilian Oversight Board?
My understanding, as has been explained to me, is whereas the mayor's office is the proactive oversight of the PD, the Civilian Oversight Board is meant to be the reactive side of that. The easiest way I could explain it in a TLDR, as oxymoronish as this sounds, is external IA. So my idea was for the city councilors, right, would get a complaint from the civilians about something that was happening in the PD. I would see if there was any validity to said complaint. It's got to be more than just cops bad, right? It has to be like a specific incident. If there was, I work with Crane and possibly PD High Command to procure like the necessary documents, officers involved, et cetera, et cetera. 5 people would then meet and interview, look at the documents, give a recommendation to PD. But I think there is a little bit of wiggle room in there for when the Civilian Oversight Board is empowered to act. Obviously, there's the police continuity plan, that kind of has some stuff wrapped in there that wouldn't necessarily make it purely reactive. I also think that, let's just say something hits Weasel News of, cops mowing down a school bus of children, right? That might be something that the Civilian Oversight Board could look into as a complaint without anyone specifically telling them about it. my whole concern about all this, it's similar to concerns that other people have raised, is I don't think people truly know what this is. I think that
Mhm.
is on the fault of myself and Crane. Despite us trying to explain it multiple times, it wasn't specifically posted anywhere. What these would entail. And I think these top 8 need to be essentially sat down and say, hey, this is what the position is, and it's not as glamorous and it's not as powerful as you think it is. You're not an overlord of the PD. You're not the mayor's office. You're not even going in. You may not even be entitled to go to those meetings still, depending on how this works out. It's a reactive board. We get a complaint, we investigate it, and we action it. You're not out there being a vigilante for on behalf of the civilian population.
I'll add on to what Mullen's saying and just say that the reason why I created it like this was because the whole intent was that IA has never really worked. It's been tried. Malta knows as well as I do. It's been tried a number of times. It's never really functioned, and the reason is because as long as IA is under the umbrella of the police department, there's nothing really they can do, because even if things are resolved, and even if things are resolved to a way where the public would be happy, it was never really public. And the reason is that obviously, PD doesn't want to air its dirty laundry, and that's just natural. But if you have a public-facing civilian oversight board, then the whole intent is to air the dirty laundry and allow the public to feel like they have representatives who are looking into these things on their behalf. So I wasn't really, and maybe, this was the wrong approach, but personally, I didn't really want people, I guess, focused exactly on the thing. I just wanted clean civilians who aren't really government job, who wanted to serve and help, because we can teach them what they're doing and we can instruct them on how to do it. That's Mullen's job. But I don't necessarily want people who are out there who hate PD. I want just genuine civilians who have an open mind.
And that's how I felt too. Yeah.
So I mean, I don't, and I guess this is just my natural instinct. I don't have an inherent bias against anyone in the top 4 that would make me say they can't be on the board. So my thought was, well, instead of like superseding the will of the people, why don't we interview the top 4, explain to them exactly the constraints, and if it seems like they can follow through and they still want to do it, then we give it a go. Because I'm personally, I don't want to be seen as meddling.
Yeah,
so much.
I agree. Yeah, I agree with not overriding the popular vote. I think that's a terrible idea. 1, 2, they've been waiting for this for months at this point, so I think we shouldn't hold off on picking the top 4.
Yeah, Malton can train him. I trust Malton.
Yeah, so we put the state
got this.
we can put a state announcement out now that says, hey, these are your top 4 voted people. And then maybe set up a time for them to be debriefed, essentially, because I just got debriefed in like 5 minutes by Malton, so I'm sure they can handle that shit too.
Yeah, we can explain it very quickly and very easily.
That's why I spoke to Archie last night.
If they're disappointed, then guess what? That they weren't fit for it anyway.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
True. Yeah, I mean, we have our 4 alternates, basically, if anyone in the top 4
I'm
doesn't
gonna put out
want
an
it.
announcement.
Yeah,
Also
true.
true. Yeah, so we could totally just draw from the other 4 people that.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, I agree. That's fine.
The only thing I'll add, and I'm not sure if this needs to be put in like the legislature, if we want to discuss among ourselves, but if we like sit down people, or me, it sounds like, and say like, hey, you're not meant to be tied to PD at the hip. This isn't part of the council. If they're still doing it after these expectations are made clear,
they're gonna express it,
whether it's on my authority or something that comes to this board here.
Who are the top 4?
They're getting kicked off that fucking board. Like I just don't want people abusing the goodwill of the first run of this board to attempt to do something different than IA.
Yeah, and just unravel anybody's confidence in their ability to. Yeah, I get that.
Good top 4. Agreed.
Malton, I'm gonna stay in the state announcement for them to contact you for onboarding. Throw that number in the yellow pages, big guy.
Yeah, sure. Well, I'll wait till after this meeting, but yes.
Yeah.
I guess with that being said, that would make Ursula a member of the board. I don't see a conflict with her still recording. Like I said, the
Same.
board is kind
No,
of
that's
like
fine.
Yeah.
an additive duty. So
I don't either. I didn't want her here for the discussion. That's
yeah, fair enough.
That's fair.
I think she's awake anyway, for what it's worth. I gotta give some law runes to my boy.
all right. Well, that's one thing down.
What I guess like the last thing on this is once our meeting concludes, Crane, I'll probably just have you put out another announcement and ask him to meet in like the third floor courtroom or something if there's no trial
Sounds
going
good.
on. Yeah.
I'm gonna guess some of them you're probably gonna have to email.
Yeah, I mean that's
figure out
fair.
some time.
I mean, we could work out the logistics and all that. It's not a big deal.
Owen's
Okay.
probably out hunting or something.
Okay, so I guess I've already discussed it with everybody, but Alan, yesterday I witnessed one of our co-wardens overstepping.
We
Bobby
do.
Charles was at a bench trial yesterday on duty, although he was not a witness for the bench trial. He used his
Current
privilege
objective
to
in RuneScape?
bypass the metal detectors and
I'm trying to
then
do Song of
pulled
the
a
Elves,
knife
guys.
on somebody beyond the metal detectors and threatened their life with it.
Who'd he threaten?
Ember Quinn.
Who's that?
She's a clown. She's quite
She's
often
she's a fucking social degenerate who got charged with adoption fraud.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, Grace did eventually.
She also has the
officially
longest rap
adopted.
sheet I've ever seen. So
Yeah, she gets in trouble quite often. But you know, I mean, the fact of the matter is that you
Hold
know,
on. Gets in trouble is one thing. We're talking about attempted second-degree murder,
No,
felony
I
possession
know.
of drugs, kidnapping government employee, 9 times assault and battery, reckless
my
evading 6
God.
times.
I know,
felony
she's
obstruction.
horrible.
So
Listen.
I'm gonna have to ask Bobby for context on that one.
Well, I mean, he was arrested by Slacks, and he was charged with brandishing of a non-firearm because she was on the other side of the metal detectors, so she had no weapon, and he pulled a knife on her and started threatening her for unprovoked at the time, and then she started. That's when she started tackling or attempting to tackle, and then ran from the police. So. But I mean, why was he in the courtroom on duty? First of all, if he wasn't a witness, you know, shouldn't he have been at Bolingbroke?
I got 65 con, dude.
Is kind of my thing, and I've
Well,
heard
Is
that.
there a way
not-
I
they're
can
not
see
saying
who
there,
gifted
but-
me a sub? I think it's in your
Okay.
notifications on Twitch.
I mean,
That's what you know. Carmine has been actually taking this seriously and putting like effort into it, and I don't want to see Bobby Charles undo that.
Mhm.
So
There was also an EMS brought to me today. I can handle most of this, but just for full transparency, we was talking about everything. Happy called me about they believe that instead of actually utilizing the local doctors they have up at the prison, they might be dragging injured people out to the parking lot.
Yeah,
and
that shit
having EMS
pisses me
come
off.
respond.
That shit makes me
Yeah,
fucking
I
mad.
heard
Yeah.
some. I heard some comments, but
mhm.
so
Not
we need
ideal.
to talk to Bobby and
Yeah.
Carmine.
But that might just be they don't understand how to handle it up there, so I'd gladly help if they just want to talk about it.
Well, the question is, are the local
Local
doctors
doctor doesn't
working up
work?
there?
So it's local EMS that would transport them into the infirmary and then back to their cells, from my understanding.
And that is, and that's only if they're a prisoner, right?
Yes,
Right.
if they are not signed in as someone who should be within the prison, the local EMS will transport.
Does that
them
work
out
for
for us.
DOC?
Well, that's the case, then EMS do have to treat them
Actually,
in
I
the
don't know on that one.
parking lot.
Maybe not.
DOC would probably go to the hospital.
Yeah, they probably. Yeah.
All right, well, that's something for us to look into. We can summon them here and chew them out. It doesn't look
Yeah,
like
we'll
they're
figure
around
that
right
out.
now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's I was there, so I witnessed the whole thing, which is the only reason I brought it up, because I don't want that to become like a thing that continues to happen. Because he was also saying some really vile things as well, and I
Well,
just
tell
wasn't
EMS
happy.
not to respond then if they're gonna be dickheads. I mean,
Yeah, honestly, we've even talked about just saying like, unless they're all the way out to the freeway or something, just leave them or something. Yeah. We'll just let them do whatever they have to do with it.
Didn't you say that Bobby also was threatening?
Yes,
or...
they've been getting threats from them that they'd kill
God.
EMS and PD.
Bobby was threatening to kill EMS, and
Apparently, yeah.
Look, as someone who had to go to court because I was threatened by Bobby Charles, he's mostly harmless. Just don't get caught in the prison.
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, they don't love that they're being dragged up there for so many patients now and threatened whenever they're there. So, but fuck it,
Zimmy, thanks for
yeah.
selling.
If they stop responding, that's on Bobby. So fuck it.
Also, a couple of clarifying questions to the adoption policy was brought to me, and
Yep.
I talked to Siobhan about this
Oh
last
yeah,
night.
yeah.
So siblings, would they need to file for, or can they file for adoption?
My understanding was it
Because-
was any family, right? If it's not
I thought
first
so
family, you gotta pay
too.
for it.
I thought so too, but we added that amendment that confused me.
Oh, so-
Because it was brought to my attention that there are people who do consider themselves siblings, but the parent is no longer living.
Are they
So-
blood siblings?
No.
Well, then they need to get adopted.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, is that something that they could do? So, because again, like Siobhan said, it was kind of unclear. So
I thought that we had written the
amendment
language
says
where.
adopted
Yep,
children. Yeah,
that's the part that
makes
just
it-
made it confusing.
Yeah,
where,
I
like
thought
before,
it was all family.
Same, because I thought that the language was very clear for that, like adopter versus adoptee, to make
Yeah.
that like whatever.
Right.
But then that part, just the amendment made it confusing, and yeah, it was clarity. That's all.
And then because of a non-living parent, it would make would somebody be able to adopt as a grandchild?
I personally would say why not? If they want to, they want to adopt someone, call them family, and they're nice with family, it should apply
Yeah.
to this, and they can pay for it. Fuck it.
Okay. Because those were the two instances brought to me, whereas the actual parent was no longer living, so it kind of made it a little complicated.
Tell you what.
Me, it just gives more money, so just let them adopt to anyone.
Tell you what. Draft up a revision to this, and just so I can see how the wording would be. And then I will compare it to what we have written already, and then I will tell you how I feel about it, but I'm probably down.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
Oh, Alan, I was told to remind you, or to let you know, that civilians are unable to see the DOJ advisory reports in the MDT.
Thank you, Etta. I was
You're
forgetting
welcome.
that. Thank you.
Yes.
And they can't see state announcements.
In the MDT, you mean?
Yeah, there's a report category.
Yeah,
called
to my
state
knowledge,
announcements.
no, they
Yeah,
were
as
not
far
able
as
to
I
see
know
it.
that they
Like they
can't
can
see it
see
at
the
all, yeah.
titles, but when they click on it, there's nothing there.
Okay, I'll refer that.
Cool.
Oh, and amended legislation. Can you start putting the dates back on when the amendments are made?
Permission
so that
to
way,
glorp
you know,
my
in the
shit.
case of like
Approved.
retroactive charges or whatnot.
Which one did I not do it?
Yeah, so somebody said that like a lot of them haven't been dated.
Okay, well, which ones?
Varrock. Where Varrock? Where Varrock?
Yeah, I think that's the one that's been like
Where Varrock?
amended the most.
Where Varrock?
Because I think they said like the first few, the dates were put there, but then like everything amended since wasn't.
I already got plank bag.
Okay, so the hunting the registration, that one's done.
Level.
I don't know. I would have to go
66,
through
baby.
and, or talk to the people who made the complaint and find specifically. But I think the adoption one is basically the main one.
Yeah, but why would
That I've
the
seen.
date matter there?
Charges and fines.
The charges weren't changed, right? The only thing that was changed was the The actual adoption policy.
Wasn't the fine changed?
Oh no, the fine
Fine's
wasn't
always been
changed. The
60K.
bounty was okay. It was
Charges
the
above
fine
the
changed. Oh, the
amendments.
bounty
Yep,
changed.
yep,
That
yep,
was,
yep, yep.
We upped that, didn't we?
Did
I'm
Siobhan
losing
or
track.
Alex? Did anybody mention specific ones?
As far as I know, just the adoption one. They were just complaining about not being able to see that. Murphy and Roman.
Speak up, Alex.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I heard you though. It was just faint.
Yeah, Murphy and Roman were the ones that were complaining to me about it too. So
Important note, I did grab 10K from the state account to pay First Temple for recording Ember Quinn doing adoption fraud at one of my town halls. I also gave it to Moose Knuckles for his statement. This is like a week and a half ago.
perfect. Yeah.
But yeah, I label the ones that I think matter.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because like if we're changing something where there could be an ex post facto, I have the time in there, but I didn't think that mattered because none of that. I don't know what ex post facto is.
No, I understand what you're saying. If they bring it up again, I will have them give me exact legislation
let me know which ones they're
and
worried
why, and then I'll let you know.
After the
Because
fact,
you know how everybody likes to say, "Oh, there's so many." And
am I going for
using
portal
the
access? I'm
fake-
going for level
Yeah.
70 construction so I can do Song of the Elves.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing.
And I think that's all I have. On
Stay
mine.
to me, nub.
And I'm gonna be a stick in the mud today. God damn.
Why?
Hey.
I read through all the proposed stuff and I got some questions.
Well, Simone's not here to present his stuff, so it's probably getting tabled on some of them.
Nope.
Oh no.
My wife worked with him on all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think he said too that I could speak for him on these.
Oh, perfect.
The DNA on file one was literally this was so in the Constitution we have the DNA section, right? We include that all law enforcement officers must submit samples, but there is nothing codifying when those samples can be removed, like at the end of their employment. So this was just to establish how that could how that could happen and what that would look like. That's all the DNA on file is for.
The reason for me that law enforcement have DNA on file is so when there's a giant shootout scene, PD know which blood to exclude.
Use the staff
from
to save
suspect
runes?
pools.
Totally.
But I don't really
That
understand
doesn't really
why
matter.
doctors, judges, and EMS.
Yeah,
do
this
shit
does
like
more
that.
than just say that you could remove DNA.
He did expand it to add it to other people. I think that was not necessarily a sticking point for him. You know, like obviously it could be adapted, but the initial intention was to.
Well, brought here penny
specifically
pinching
just codify
elemental
how it would be
runes.
removed
Yeah,
from their
what the
employment.
fuck?
I don't mind. We can amend. I don't mind amending the Constitution. Just add a clause that states that upon the conclusion of their employment, that their DNA can be removed if the employment, if
request
the
it.
conclusion is not related to obtaining, a violent felony.
So like Captain Turner, who resigned, right?
Yeah, I have no problem with that, but I'm not comfortable expanding it to people who I don't see a reason for it.
I think that's fine. I totally. I not everyone needs to be included in it, but at least making sure that there is a way for the people who have it required as part of their employment. Yeah, you get it.
I'm the Iron Man. I'm Iron Man.
All right, let me see.
Group Iron Man. Why did Turner resign? Real life stuff, I think.
All right, so anybody opposed to me adding a number 8 under Article 7 of the Constitution DNA? Or I guess it'd be a number 6 under DNA storage and removal, which states that a person retires or voluntarily leaves law enforcement without an offending violent felony. That it can be removed. Is that fair?
Yeah,
sure.
Yup.
I would say upon request, but yeah, like the
Yeah,
onus
sure.
is
We're
on
not
them.
doing automatically if they ask.
Yeah.
That's a good point, Malton. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Upon request, I'd agree.
All right, I'll put the language in right now. Give me a sec.
Imagine believing real life exists. Yeah, it doesn't, dude. No one believes that. It's all a dream. Wake up. Wake up, chatter. Wake the flip up, dude. Wake up. We're in a simulation.
All right, so just simply put under DNA storage and removal, number 6, law enforcement officers leaving the department without a violent felony may request to have their DNA sample removed from the database. So,
Perfect. Yep, good.
all right, I will note the amendment and time and date because this will matter.
Any thoughts on the upcoming RimWorld DLC? Should be cool. Those are my thoughts. I'm excited.
Oh, are we able to make the master adoption document available to the judges as well, so that way they can add in?
Just did that before the meeting.
Yeah, I bumped it
Oh,
down
did
to
you?
DOJ, yeah, and
Perfect,
added it
thank
to
you.
our linked roster, basically.
Thank
for
you,
link
thank
sheet.
you. That's what I was editing as Norman and I kind of came across them, but yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
That means we can't see it anymore, right?
If that's the, I mean, there's no reason why the city council shouldn't be able to see DOJ docs. There's nothing like or classified in there or specific.
Is that how you want to do it?
I don't care as long as they're tracking it. I don't give a shit. I made the document.
Okay, well, there we go then.
Okay, works for me. All right, amendment is updated in the Constitution.
Hey.
Okay.
They have been tracking it, right? Can you guys see the?
There's some names in there, yes. So
Can you read them up?
What about
the two that are in the master document? I put in there because the judges had been putting them on the people's profiles before that. So just kind of as we were coming across them, I was putting it into the document.
Can
I
you
mean, if the
go on?
I mean, sorry, I was gonna say Crane could just put out an announcement to the judges saying like, hey, if you've done any adoptions, make sure they're added to report 3.
As far as I know,
please.
the judges are aware, and any adoptions that have been done are in there. The noting on profiles was supposed to be an additional step, so that, for example, if officers were to suspect somebody of adoption fraud, you could easily verify by looking at the profile.
There's 3 on here currently. It's Anita May, Zoe May, Grace Daniels, Ember Quinn, Dawn Hart, Alex, Mushkin, Domino. Those are the 3
I will
pairs.
double check with the judges.
I.
Ooh,
Right on.
there is one missing.
Who's that?
Michael Simone adopted Rod Long.
You know who the judge
Oh,
was who did
God.
that?
Norman.
Ah.
Oh.
God damn it, Norman.
Yeah, he didn't have access. So
Yeah, I mean,
That's probably what it was.
oh yeah, but the judge just backdate their paperwork basically.
Can I see?
I have
Can I say
noted
Anita
to the
Max
judges at
win?
full, and I've also noted to Mr.
Yeah.
Adams about that one.
Awesome. Oh, what about the marriage licenses too? Was that been done the same?
I don't know if we had 2 or if I bumped it down, but there is one linked in there. I don't know
Adam
where
said
its
he
source
did not
was.
do the Michael Simone Rod Long one.
Wait. Oh no, fuck! It wasn't Adam. Sorry, it was what's his name? Hallow.
Oh, Larry Hallow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
all-
tried to reach out to Norman and he wasn't available. I forgot.
We have
Alright,
a
I've
marriage, we have
tagged
a
Hallow.
marriage registry
Cool.
in there, so we're good on that one too. That one's been in there. So they
Is
should
it
know the
marked
user
on
that.
Simone's profile? I bet no, dude.
Oh, I can't tell.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah,
see.
we need Crane to take a peek. Or Nakota.
Oh wait, what did you need me to look at? I'm sorry, I was looking at the adoption
Uh,
master doc.
Michael Simone's profile, is it on his profile?
That he adopted Rod Long.
Yes,
Nice.
Judge Hallow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hallow did it in there, but not the document. I've
Yep.
referred him to do it in the document.
Cool.
Yes, I'd love a cuppa. Yes, I'd love a cup of tea. Please. Cuppa me. Ugh. Cup of D's. Bro, I got 700 more planks, dude. It's not gonna be enough to get to 70. Kill me. Yo, we're still in Falador, dude. We try out the new MMO the creators are making.
I wanted
Good job,
to
0400.
present the death penalty legislation, but I did not work
Six
on it in a
meetings
sufficient
already
manner,
bored?
so it's still not ready. If anybody has
Multitasking
any
equals
thoughts
bored.
or wants to work on it with me at any point this week, I'm open to that. I know in the past we used to have firing squad and lethal injection both legislated for the death penalty. Open to suggestions.
Sure, yeah, I'd be I have the previous SOPs for all of it because we helped with we helped with executions in the past, so I can help with that as much as you want.
That would be awesome.
Fuck yeah.
As a logistical question, I mean, is there really a difference between
You're playing another game while
life
playing a
in
game.
prison
Easy
and
to infer
death
you're
as
bored.
it stands
Yeah, it's easy
currently,
to
with the
infer
prison
that I'm
being a
bored if
lawless
you're a
black
stupid
hole? Like,
fucking
we're not gonna
inbred.
send in a
Sure.
firing squad in there.
But at
We've-
the same
we've
time,
declared it's,
there's
black
8 of
hole of
us,
the state.
and I'm waiting for people to finish talking and listening to them talk, you stupid
If
prick.
someone gets life in prison and someone gets death, it's Carmine and Bobby's problem either way.
Are you saying if they get death, we just send them in there and tell Bobby Carmine to do
I'm okay
whatever
with
the
that.
fuck?
Well, that's what
Where
I'm saying. Like
Bedrock?
they're like, what are
Hey,
we suddenly
listen,
gonna
why
say?
just
Like
kill 'em
police and cops
somehow.
can go in? Yeah.
Why risk the psychological guilt of the officers? Just
Where
let Bobby and
Bedrock?
Carmine take that bird.
Yeah, and
Holy
unless
fuck.
you're all wanting to stalling it up and build a basement in the PD
there were
to
two
execute
L's,
people
or-
in,
never mind.
then yeah, it's just all DOC's problem.
Sounds good
works
to
for
me.
Call
I'm still open to talking about it more if you got thoughts, Siobhan, but
Yeah.
there you go. We got another
Yeah,
idea
yeah,
at
I'm
least
fine
on
with
the
discussing
table.
it
We
more.
can
I just think it's a
yeah.
logistical nightmare to be getting the execution squad into PD. Or sorry,
Admittedly,
into
we
DOC.
probably couldn't do it in the prison. That is
Yeah.
very true. So we'll keep that in mind.
Do I have NPC contact yet? Of course.
So, what are your thoughts on a Death Coliseum?
Did the trial by combat stuff ever get clarified? That we talked about like the first or the second session?
You mean it's not trial by combat,
Not
it's
trial by combat. Sorry,
the
fight to the
duel to
death.
the
death.
yes,
Yeah,
the
death matches.
the 100% fatality, one man enters,
Yeah.
one man leaves, death
Because
pact.
this seems in a
Yes.
similar vein to this, is why I'm asking.
Not really. This,
No. This is for
this is a
people
bit
who've already been
different, yeah.
condemned to like death row, who've already been given the death penalty in a court
So
of
they're
law.
dying no matter what.
whereas
Yeah.
the death duel was more a way for people who aren't necessarily in trouble with the law to settle a dispute with fatalities.
Hmm.
Which I still love. If we can ever do that, fuck it.
Yeah. I'm kind of that's probably gonna be something I present the last meeting.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right. I mean, as far as like prisoners fighting death, once again, like I don't have any opposition to it, but DOC can just make them do this anyway and sell tickets to have people watch on the hill. Like,
That was my idea.
So-
Sell pay-per-view tickets. Good
Yeah,
state
honestly,
funds.
get money from it. So reading over this, so your proposal is essentially we just leave someone in for as long as it takes for another person to be sentenced to death, so they can fight. to death?
No, I initially was looking at Fire Squad, but maybe like other options like lethal injection or whatever. Like, if let's say that the death row inmate found that waiting was too much suffering and they just
Mhm.
wanted their execution date moved up.
Profit off of death, Corpa.
Okay, so it's like an optional thing.
Optional, yeah.
they can opt in to
Goodbye.
wait as long as it takes to fight in the Death Coliseum for a chance. That
Yeah.
fuck it. I mean, that's
Leave it to individual
yeah.
choice.
Definitely have to figure out with the fact that the prison is so lawless. We can't exactly go in and get people out easily.
Totally.
Or
I'm,
at all.
I'm against having this in the
You
prison.
want to change your name
let's
to
say, but as, like, a
XXCG
general
for life
concept,
XX, but
I'm
it's
okay
already
with it.
taken?
Yes, I
Rip.
think it's a logistics thing we got to figure out, but
Kendra, let's
But I like it.
set some time aside to work on this later
Oh,
then,
yeah.
or
Okay,
anyone else who would like
sure.
to. I would love that.
I'm still chopping up furniture, guys.
Okay, all right. So we'll look at that later. It's nice to hear everyone's thoughts on that. Michael had written the next one. He had specifically asked me about restraining orders, and like we don't do that because of proximity, just feasibly
Yeah,
impossible to enforce, right? And then he brought up what about no contact orders, and then wrote this.
Bam. Bam.
I think it's an interesting thought. I mean, I would
Michael
honestly defer to,
GPT.
what the judges think
Yep.
about. So, like, is this something like Crane? Do you know if this is something the judges would
Well,
ever order?
I'll be honest with you. I don't know how. I'm trying to approach this fairly and not just be a stick in the mud. In fairness to some Max's previous points about just doing shit and not thinking about the past or why we don't do things. I'm struggling to understand how I would fairly adjudicate this. I would expect that 99% of any of these situations, outside of the rare ones where PD happens to be there on scene when the contact happens, I would assume most of these are going to be one person calling the cops on another person claiming they broke the order. And then I guess you'd interview a bunch of witnesses and see who claims what.
Isn't that
It
how
seems
a
very
lot of
difficult
things go
to
in court?
enforce.
I mean, couldn't you subpoena phone records and see like repeated texts?
Well, I'm not even talking about texting. I'm just talking about like
Physical
this says if you're in the
location,
same
yeah.
public place, you're not allowed to like talk to each other. And it's like, okay, who talked first? Did one person like flip the other person off and somebody didn't see? And if they claim that, how do
Make
I
a law forcing
you know,
everyone
it's
to
all
shit
very,
themselves?
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying there. Like, how do
That's
you determine
base,
what
dude.
the truth of the matter is in
See,
a
honestly,
he
my
said,
job
she
is
said
a lot
situation?
of babysitting, and this feels like actual babysitting. I don't know how I feel about it.
I feel like a lot of these would end up in the courtroom too.
Is that a bad thing?
I'll put it this
Well,
way:
you would have to have it granted by a
If you
judge.
guys think this is like necessary and
I meant the
and you
violation.
want it,
Sorry.
I will try. I and the judges will try to enforce what you guys want. My personal opinion is that I don't think this is easily enforceable or easily adjudicated. But easy, you know, is how it's going to be.
We have passed other things that are also not easy to
I agree.
enforce.
That's why I'm
yeah.
saying what I'm saying.
Like the adoption
Well,
fraud
the
stuff.
adoption fraud. And hey, it happens sometimes, so you know.
My general opinion is that if the judges are willing to entertain it, I think it should be passed. I think getting more people into court is not necessarily a bad thing. I think if a cop wants to investigate this, I mean, I guess that's something for the police to handle.
True.
I have faith that the judges aren't going to take a simple he said, she said, and find someone guilty just because of that.
Well, there's no charge here, right? So who
I guess harassment.
who
stalking or
issues? Well, no,
something.
who issues the criteria? Who issues the order?
It's issued by a judge, and it's a court order. There already is a charge. It's violating a court order.
Oh, okay.
Really?
All right. So then, why do we need this?
Because you guys don't issue restraining orders, do you?
Right, but I'm saying if the judges decide, if they're the ones who decide to issue things, then isn't it just their discretion either way?
So maybe just put out a guidance that, like, hey, this is okay. This kind of stuff is okay now, or we're trying it out. Great. What are you?
I mean, I could just talk to the judges and say, hey guys, the council wants us to give this a shot. Give it a shot.
This being the act that we're talking about.
We'll just
no contact orders
no
in
contact
general.
orders in general. Because what I'm saying is that the judge is going to issue the order. And if the enforcement mechanism is violation of a court order, then it's whatever the judge says in court, right? So it's whatever contextually the judge comes up with in the moment.
Yeah, I mean,
So I'm saying I think
fine with
the legislation doesn't really do anything because the judge is going to issue it and the judge is going to contextualize it, and the punishment is the court order. So it's all contained within the judge's discretion. So I could just take this, send it to him, and just say, hey, this is what the council came up with. I told them that if we're the ones that are going to enforce it, it's going to be enforced through court order, that you guys just use your discretion. So I know in the past we haven't really done no contact, but you know, if you feel this is a good solution for a case, feel free to use it.
How would somebody request a no contact order, though?
I mean, the only time we really do them is currently we do them like on so say you're on bail and you're accused of like trying to murder somebody. We already
I was
do
thinking
like
of
no
Jocko
contact
Romano.
orders for like hey, you tried to kill, you know, Siobhan Thoroughbred. You're not allowed to, you know, come within whatever number of feet or talk to her or whatever. Don't call her, don't text
probably
her, whatever,
Jeff.
right?
Yeah.
So it'd be the same concept.
I've actually been holding off on doing bosses.
I would say, like, yeah, 90% of the time it's probably going to be either ego act cases. You know, maybe you might.
But
see
to be
it,
fair, we
bail
already do that.
conditions. Yeah.
What we don't do for restraining orders is
About to
we
level
don't
again,
do
dude.
orders where people come into the courthouse absent of another case, absent of a criminal case or whatever, and go, this person's harassing me, make them leave me alone.
Okay, so then
So if that's what you want the judges to start entertaining, I can give guidance on that. But if it's the idea of no contact orders for existing like criminal cases or, you know, existing disputes that are on record that are being adjudicated, we already do that.
I think people should be able to come in and request no contact orders and let a judge decide if it's valid or not.
Okay, I'll give that guidance.
This game's not
Tell them to
hardcore.
start being open to that.
I mean, is there anyone here who thinks like that the people shouldn't be able to request those just ad hoc?
You know, my concern would be just whining from judges about having to do something like that, I guess, but I don't really know a lot of them personally. I don't know what their work ethic is like.
I don't think anyone's going to complain about that.
Okay.
I think if people
the reason we haven't done it
tough
is
shit.
because it just wasn't something we did, and I can leave it at that. I mean, the reasons weren't related to work ethic or anything. It just wasn't something we entertained. But if that's something we want to start entertaining, then, you know, I'm open to suggesting.
I think we should table this until Michael's back. I still like your guidance to the judges in the interim. Since we already have charges and whatnot to accommodate that for the enforcement mechanism.
I lost my helmet, Jiff Jam. Actually, it might be in my bank.
Yeah. I'm open to whatever.
Okay, so as to what you said about, you know, you attempted to murder me. That's what the next one is. The Dan Protocol. I will admit that I am incredibly biased when I wrote this and was probably not in the best mindset. I talked to you a little bit about this before, and you said when they, you know, your response when I said that they were harassing, stalking, and attacking me was to just shoot them. So that's how this was born.
Yeah.
my God.
If they're aggressing on you, then yeah, defend yourself, but not a KOS. Specifically, also because not all Dans are bad. In fact, we have a judge that is a Dan.
He's a fan.
She's
So,
right.
Still an offshoot.
In general, I'm against anything that encourages vigilantism.
Yeah, the only time we've
tend to
sanctioned the
agree.
vigilante shit is when there were actual vampires running around.
Yeah.
It was
that
great.
happened?
That
Aliens
happened.
or
That
whatever.
happened. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a whole fit.
His fit was so. It was sick.
What was that?
Yeah,
Trained
things like
vampire
this,
hunter.
It could also like even miss.
That was when I
what
used to
it's
carry a
intended for
Spaz
to
12
be.
Dakota.
What was that, like 6 years ago?
I seized a lot of
7
those.
almost?
6-7 years ago, yeah.
I had the combo. I had the Spaz 12 and the.
Rubber slug.
Actually, let me rephrase. I definitely didn't have a Dragonov to go with my Spaz 12.
Okay, now you're just
That
showing
would have
off.
been illegal and not permitted.
Guns.
I don't think this
But it
guy's
allegedly
build
looks
was all
really
that
cool.
permitted
Unless
either.
you were fighting in a war, then it was definitely legal to have a Dragunov.
Yeah, I don't think we can justify
Oh,
this.
right.
What if we did though? I personally identify as a dancist.
I think if they are aggressors, then that's the whole, you know,
Well, the law
standing
applies
your
like anything
ground.
else. Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
the
I
issue is
mean,
with this,
just making
like,
them kill on sight,
yeah,
that's probably
there
not
could be like
ideal.
misidentification for starters. People that
Mhm.
haven't done anything could start being killed. Like it just
It did put in the thing that they have to be like possibly identified as a Dan, and then like put the ways that they're identified as one, but that probably needs to be further defined. It wasn't necessarily.
Yeah.
Frequently saying, "Hey man," nasally speech patterns, polo shirts, fedora less.
May have blue blood that is thick like syrup. That is also true.
I feel like how do you get that one without shooting them first? Isn't that
Right.
You get
That's the
stalked for
confirm
2.5
after.
weeks at your fucking home and they're bleeding all over your fucking doorstep.
Yeah, that.
Ew.
Ew.
Have you tried giving them things? They like gifts.
I have tried giving them things. I have tried speaking with
Give
them.
them cocaine.
I've
They
tried
like
offering
cocaine.
them stuff. I can't find any cocaine.
We did
Do you
try
have
looking for
cocaine?
coke. Yeah, you got coke?
No. Also, if I did, do you think I'd say yes?
It's just a misdemeanor, Crane.
Be like, my cocaine, you know?
Crane, look at my record.
Don't be greedy with your cocaine, Crane. I could die.
What?
I tried offering them booze and that
Public
didn't work.
intoxication, evading criminal threats, 2 times assault and battery, what'd you do that's public indecency? Who'd you find?
I told my wife to spit in my mouth and then I swallowed it.
That was public indecency?
I
Yeah.
don't think that actually qualifies.
I don't think.
Look, look.
I think that's the tamest thing we've done in public, honestly.
I could say spitting in someone's mouth could be defined as a lewd caress.
Yep.
Caressing the inside of his mouth with her spit.
But
Yeah, see, he made the
kind of
noise.
weird.
That it's what's that thing
See?
where the judge says, "I'll know it when I see it." The pornography case.
Yeah.
Yep. He made the noise, so that's lewd.
Yeah. We went to collect some misdemeanors the other day.
Nice.
Mission accomplished, it sounds like.
It took a while, and I had to call Barrick to click the process button on my fucking incident.
Oh.
Because the people
Misdemeanors are great.
who processed us didn't fucking do it, but I did get billed.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
I think I'm the only motherfucker in the history of getting charged with crimes that was upset that I didn't get them on my record, but I ate the
No.
bill.
Forgot to process me.
Let me introduce you to one Jamal Abdul, whatever.
Oh
the third.
God. Yeah.
Also Aubrey Webster.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
believe
there have
6
been
years
quite a
ago,
few
someone
people.
actually had terrorism, and someone forgot to hit process, so it wasn't on their record.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
Damn, there's
was
a lot
that-
of cool misdemeanors.
Was that whatchamacallit?
Yep.
The one from the cop prom?
Ooh.
I don't think it was that one. I think it was a different one.
Oh, okay.
But it definitely happened because the person was like, I have terrorism. And I was like, no, you don't. And they said, yes, I do. And then I checked it, and they were definitely found guilty, but it
It was never
wasn't
processed.
correct.
Ding, 67. Construction.
Criminal use of firearm is a misdemeanor. Nice. Although you have your weapons license removed for that, so that'd be fine.
Wait, you do?
I wish I could find some drugs for the.
Lenny didn't
misdemeanor
process one of the
drugs,
first guys
but
he caught,
is
and they
what
called him about
is.
it. Yeah, I was new.
There's weed everywhere. I find weed all the time.
I haven't found weed in a while.
Oh, let's go look in dumpsters for an hour.
Ew,
I don't want to smoke
dumpster diving?
dumpster weed. Ugh.
Yeah, I don't want to. That sounds like nasty brick weed or some shit.
Cowards.
only smoke dro.
Is that something that's ever going to be reintroduced?
What?
Oh yeah.
Marijuana again?
Yeah.
No.
Oh?
Devil's lettuce.
Wait, what?
But
Wait,
Legalize
no,
that?
wait, no, wait,
Drugs
no
are bad.
dispensaries ever?
Dispensaries are the worst thing ever.
I fucking hate them too, dog. I'm gonna be real.
Listen to me. I worked with these dispensaries. Do you know what every single request we ever got from the dispensaries was? Hey, let us grow more with less oversight. Hey, let us
True.
grow at like 6 different locations. Hey, let
Yeah.
us grow any strain we want. It literally could have just been a fucking formal inter-office memo that just said at the top, drug trafficking enabling request. Like,
Well, then you just put somebody in charge with strict guidelines and say, if you ask for anything beyond this, then we will shut you down immediately.
Well, unfortunately, we have an actual current example of that not working. A-la Bobby Charles.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
yeah, I honestly, dispensaries are just awful.
A-la.
Man.
Bunch of hippie
Sad.
stoners who can't run a business to save their life.
I went to a dispensary the other day.
Kind of a catch-22 of like the people who want to do it probably are not the right people for the position who would be able
Yep.
to meet the guidelines, right?
Mhm.
These guys were freaking stoners, dude. On G.
Crane, didn't one of the owners in the Old Republic in the of Smoke on the Water ended up getting like a drug trafficking felony and had to be?
Yeah.
It was like a whole
Winsong
thing,
got
right?
drug trafficking,
Yeah, that's what it
yeah.
was.
She
More
should
than
have had
once, I
more than
believe.
that. She should have had more than that, but
And then there
in my
was the
recollection,
whole...
she kept being used as a CI.
What was the Green Beans? Was that the other one that got shut down because of their...
Yeah, Green
Yeah.
Beans was a drug front. They got shut down and then persisted in using their location well after we shut them down.
Oh.
Fructose
There were
Fructose was the first.
literal cartel wars over
Yeah.
dispensary grow operations.
Mm.
Like
Yeah, I
actual
remember that.
fucking like tactical
Yeah.
That's
like
right.
hills of Afghanistan.
Didn't Wrangler and Lenny do that
What
to
was
her?
it? Roosters?
Yeah.
It's just Reef.
Roosters
It's like
We
a
fuck- we fuck with
three-way
her.
war over dispensary grow plots, where with actual AKs and like banditos and everything.
Yeah, I remember.
No thank you. You were saying, Max?
What's up with fucking people who grow weed and shit, calling it like goofy ass, like alliteration, stupid fucking cringe names? What's up
They're
with that?
basically the Disney adults of the drug world, Max.
That's a good fucking comparison.
Oh my
dog.
god, that is so good. It's a perfect.
You know-
pair.
you know-
They
you
never
you
grew
what?
up from smoking weed in their parents' basement.
You know who I talked to yesterday who spent 9 minutes telling me he was a Disney adult? Osvaldo Pingafria.
Very true.
God.
Very
makes
true,
sense.
I
actually.
don't blame him though. Could look? If I grew up in like Eastern European communist state or like Cuba or some shit, I'd probably be a Disney adult. Hell, I mean, what else you got to escape to, right? That was probably the only thing he had positive in his life growing up.
Well, counterpoint, he like fucking super romanticizes Cuba every time I talk to him. So it's
Yeah,
it's
that's another problem. I always didn't like that part. He's always talking about how he's so happy to be here, but then when he asks for anything, it's always he wants a Cuban embassy and a Cuban this and a Cuban that. And I'm like,
He's a spy. He's got to
didn't
be.
you fucking
If it was so great,
flee an
why'd you
oppressive
leave?
nation? Why are you so happy?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, if you ask him if he's gonna go back, he says hell no. So.
Big up, Dakota.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say if you ever ask him if he's gonna go back, he says hell no, absolutely not. So that pretty much tells you everything.
Damn.
How do you run an OSRS? Yeah, you
I
just gotta
always
click
thought
the
that
run
was
button.
Also, when it comes to Disney adults, someone once told me that what was the phrase? They said, "You're not really that into Disney. You just haven't been happy since you were 9."
That's fucked up.
God.
Wow. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was dark.
Ben,
but
you've been happy
also-
since then. You've been happy since then. You've been happy
So
since
I'm a
then.
resonated.
Disney person.
Okay.
I think if everyone in this room had some introspection on that statement, you might see a little kernel
Hello,
of truth
welcome
in
back.
it.
Welcome back.
You got a mask?
People always ask that.
No.
It doesn't always help.
I got one.
I have started to review the penal code. We're not doing any major topics, and wow, it's going to be a lot of work. I thought I had purged everything that wasn't relevant anymore, but there's still stuff in there that I don't know why it's there. There's also a pretty big gap between the old charges and the new charges in terms of fines. So I'm probably going to have to go through and rebalance everything. I think what I'm going to do is kind of like a mix of qualitative and quantitative, where I'm going to try to get an average of all felonies and then get an average of all misdemeanors, and then plug in some data in a spreadsheet where a formula tells me the proportionality of each charge compared to the average. And then that'll probably give me an idea of, you know, where the distinctions lie within each subcategory. So all that said, I'm working on it.
Nakota, do you have anything to present?
Nope.
Malton, do you have anything to present?
Nope.
Philippa, do you have anything to present?
I don't. I don't have anything to present. But I wanted to feel something out a little bit. Something was proposed to me that seemed like a cool idea at first, but I think the potential steps that would need to be taken might not be worth it all. Was scheduling drugs to kind of future-proof things.
Ooh. Oh, I love that idea.
Yeah, I'd be happy to help.
You mean
plot
like
all that
assigning
out.
them dates or what?
Essentially like
Classifying
instead
their
of having-
power level.
Classifying
Yes.
their schedule, and then having the charges just be for like Schedule 1, Schedule 2, or Schedule 3 drugs, misdemeanor,
Pretty
or like
much,
felony
yes.
possessions, rather than individual charges for each drug. It would just be based on the
Exactly.
drug schedule.
Because I looked into it,
Yes.
and a lot of
I'm a
the
big fan of
times
that.
and fines are very similar for possession charges, depending like what kind of drug it is. The only thing that I realized might make this kind of complicated is that it does need to be written out exactly what a felony or misdemeanor amount is for each thing. We could put that in the legislation, so it can be referred to instead of needing to have an individual charge for each. If you'd be open to that.
I feel like
Nakota,
it's easier.
I'm
Yeah, what do you
here.
think, Dakota?
Do you think your Neanderthal comrades are capable of doing something more complicated than punching in the name of the drug and checking how much of it they have, and then punching in the name of the drug again and seeing which one they pick?
You mean, can they differentiate class of drug?
Yeah, do you think that it's feasible for during processing them to differentiate the class, then refer to the legislation, which ostensibly would do in a different place, regarding the amounts for felony or misdemeanor within that class, and then use those charges appropriately?
I would hope so.
That's not very confident.
Nothing like a nice cup of tea.
That was my worry. Like, we still have it all written down somewhere. It's not like they'd have to, make it up, but it would just be in a slightly different place. But the idea behind it is this would future-proof things, so it should make things easier, ideally.
Right. Because then if a new drug hits the streets, then, once it's
Yeah,
classified,
something else
then
pops
you
up.
just throw it onto the list. And
We don't
if,
need like
you know,
100 different charges for the
For different
misdemeanor
drugs,
felony
yeah.
amounts of every single drug. We
I-
could just slot them in.
I mean, I agree with
No!
general categorization, but this isn't future-proofing anything. There's
Can
no
you
difference
drop a
between adding a
contract?
new charge and modifying a charge to add something to the list, unless you plan on listing every drug out preemptively.
The schedule, yeah, in the schedule. I mean, you'd have to add them in
I'm
just the one
against
place
that.
in the schedule rather than two places for the charges.
Freaking
That's all.
cringe.
I'm against that part specifically. I don't think we should be preemptively scheduling the narcotic of
not
like
pre-
cocaine or
preemptively.
meth or
No,
anything
not
like
preemptively.
that.
No.
The idea is that they would go through a process involving scientific testing and stuff through the hospital and all that to figure out what schedule.
Move
it
your
belongs in.
POH to
when
core and then
we
walk
find
out or portal.
It's a thing.
Whoa.
I just don't think it's you're not future proofing anything. Like if we're just like wanting to say like this is a Schedule 1 narcotic just for again logistics, that I think that's fine. That's something worth discussing. But this isn't future proofing shit. There is no difference between testing a drug and then in court saying, okay, we need a new
It's like I
charge,
didn't see
and
that?
then
Oh,
testing a
I
drug
see
and
what you
saying,
were saying.
okay,
I
we
think
need
you're
it added
focusing
to
a
this
little too hard
existing
on
charge.
specific
Yeah,
wording. We're just
yeah.
we're just
You're the
proposing
ones who
that
said
it
future
could.
proofing. I'm focusing on your words. Yes.
Okay, all right, but the idea is that it just gives a platform forward for exactly how those things would be handled when a drug pops up. Instead of,
Oh, right.
wow, it's popped up, we have to sit here and figure out all of the details on where it should be and how it fits into everything. We already have a plan for that. We already have a way that they will be scheduled, and the schedules will be explained very clearly and what they are, so that people are aware of what they should fit into.
Yes, I'd love a cuppa.
Only other counterpoint to the whole scheduling idea is that typically officers will scour reports for history of people being arrested with certain types of drugs. And if the charges change to felony possession of a schedule whatever drug, then they would be required to take probably 3 or 4 more steps to actually identify the exact evidence. I'm not sure how big of a concern that is, but I know in the past they often had tags, for example, like marijuana tracking and all that kind of stuff.
I think death by committee is a very real problem in the past PD in terms of deciding charges. I think Nakota could probably speak more of it if it's still a current problem, but I think anything that delays the investigative or the charging process.
We're playing Risky on the council meeting? Of course.
Is not something we should be encouraging unless there is a very compelling reason behind it.
I think if it was... Go ahead, sorry.
Shouldn't they be evaluating, looking at the reports for the past charges to like look at the statute of limitations and see when they occurred anyway? Isn't that not really adding an extra step? Isn't that just enforcing the extra step that they should be taking?
To do what you're doing, you would literally open up an MDT, go advanced search, and there's a drop down for charge.
Too
so
hard.
Select
Oonga
like
boonga.
marijuana, and then you hit search, and then you just look at the dates for all the marijuana cases. Again, I'm not saying either way. I'm not drawing a conclusion. I'm just asking questions for Nakota's sake to understand what the impact would be on PD.
Well, so if it was,
I don't care either way.
If it was as simple as like the firearms charge, where there's class 2 or class 1, class 2, class 3, that would be one thing, right? Because it clearly describes what each one of those things is. I think the issue is that while the drugs may be similar class, the denomination that there would make it a misdemeanor or a felony then creates a subset, unless each thing in the MDT was going to say class whatever drug qualifies as these
Play some
4,
Tifa porn like that
and then it
during that
literally
Italian
has what
Senate
falls in
meeting?
the misdemeanor amount of each of those.
So
And
2
so on
places
for
to
felony.
reference instead of 1.
Correct. And I mean, personally, I have
that's
no
a very
issue with
flattering
that.
picture. Of me,
I
guys.
just, I'm curious what the is
And
that
we don't create charges for you. We create charges for Cornwood or whoever.
Yeah, it's just is there like an issue right now that this is tackling?
Not necessarily. That's kind of why I wanted to bring it up and get thoughts on it before I even wrote it all out. It's kind of a, it outlines a plan so that we can, schedule things down the line. And kind of get everyone on the same page for things. But I mean, the thing is, things work as they are now. It's just kind of a, do we need 100 different charges?
Current goal:
as many
finding
drugs as we've
Moon's
got
neck.
around here?
It ain't real, bro.
I don't necessarily disagree with your sentiment on that. I think if I could see something like more concrete and what it would look like, I'd be able to give a more like informed opinion on whether or not I think that would create
Basically, here's
more
what they're
headaches.
suggesting. Their suggestion is that I would create a charge. There'd be 6 charges effectively.
It was already here.
Felony possession and misdemeanor possession of each class 1, 2,
Hurry,
and 3
Giga Man.
narcotics. Then
Time's
there would
running
be
out.
a piece of legislation that establishes what narcotics fall into which class. And then within that legislation, there would also be what amounts fall under felony for each type of drug or misdemeanor. So the extra step that would be created that you referred to would be that if a cop caught someone with, let's say, a pound of marijuana and 2 ounces of coke, they would need to open up the legislation, figure out what drugs are in what class and what amounts are felony or misdemeanor, and then apply the appropriate charges for each drug.
Yeah, pretty much. I think yeah, that's perfect because like I did all the testing to get not lean illegal. I was the juice. It was I got legal way back in the day. Kyle brought it to us. We went
juice?
through a testing process.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
there's a
literally
drug
called
called
the juice.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It would restart someone's heart. It was a shot of adrenaline, but the problem is it wasn't very well made, and under lack of medical control, it would cause heart attacks down the line, oftentimes, and long-term health issues. So we did make that one illegal.
Going back to the Neanderthal officer's comment, with all due respect to Nakota's colleagues, another reason why I'm against it is when searching for a charge, it only brings up the title of the charge, not the description. Not so, you know, if we got
the description wouldn't matter anyway because they're saying all the definitions for felony and misdemeanor of each drug would be in the legislation. Because otherwise, if it was in the charge,
you said there's class 1, 2, and 3 narcotics, right?
Right. So what I'm saying is that there's a felony charge and a misdemeanor charge for each class. There's 6 charges, and then within each within the legislation, each drug that falls into each class would be defined as the amounts. Because obviously, weed is different amounts than heroin. You know.
I see. I think any extra steps you put on the lowest common denominator is going to cause, let's just call it undue hardship.
PD. This is crazy.
I have no faith in base ranking officers. You
As
are
someone
absolutely correct.
who
You
has
are
been a
absolutely
lawyer-
correct in that.
I mean, hey,
As someone who has been a lawyer in the cells, I sadly will say that I concur with Malton in that you are compounding an already existing problem.
I got processed by 2 seniors. They forgot to click processed. I think just in general, look, we can't really blame it on police officers. It's more a matter of like,
it's just people.
Yeah, it's like the education system's pretty bad. You know, the average person who wants to become a cop is typically like a bully in high school, and they're just kind of like trying to get off on their power fantasy, so they'll go in and become a cop so that they can kind of swing their dick around a little bit and just kind of like abuse
or a dumb,
people.
Useless fucking Japan obsessed weeb.
Yeah, like, you know, there are people that
I definitely know a couple of those.
Like, most cops are just pieces of shit, but it's not the system's fault. It's their parents' fault. It's the education system's fault. And really, we're just working with what we got right now, which is pretty bad. Honestly, no. I feel like cops of the current LSPD have been pretty fucking good, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So it's kind of a mixed response. I might write something up for it and look further into it. I can't promise I'll have it ready for next week. This is something I'll probably cook on, but this was helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think the idea of scheduling drugs is a good one. If or when those drugs have legal applications, but as long as they're just going to be straight criminal, then I kind of feel like it's just easier to just have laws for each drug.
Yeah, because I know 5 years
Instructional?
ago we hit the point where
67,
there was
baby.
legal drugs around, and suddenly cops were like trying to charge these companies for having them and things. So I also wanted to write into this some process for legal drugs.
So prescription drugs that are like legally
yeah,
obtained.
pretty much. Yeah, like so that if that were to
You
ever
say for
happen,
the new
that
RuneScape?
is, protected.
Wait, who's
Did you
charging
approve a
legal
loan
drugs?
company, Max?
What'd you say?
Did you approve a loan company?
Absolutely not.
No.
Sonia Summers, a few seconds ago.
boy.
C4 Loans looking for investors for a loaning syndicate. Loans available for low risk clientele.
One thing,
That's on
one,
Dakota.
one,
I'm
one,
not sure who,
Nice.
but they tried to do it for like transporting the drugs. I think it was. They tried to charge them for that. I don't know.
What, for the prescription?
Yeah, for the prescription drugs. Yes, they tried to charge
Jesus
them for.
Christ.
Oh, I
transporting to the
remember
hospital.
that
Yeah.
for transporting prescription drugs. I do recall that. That was that was nuts.
I think that might have
Yeah,
been
that was
before my
crazy.
time.
It wasn't. I don't know who the fuck was doing it, but it was.
What about
some-
Milton's mods?
dumb.
Is that approved?
No.
okay, listen. All right. We need some sort of legislation / punishment for people operating illegally as a business. And we only need that now because against all odds, slowly are we crawling toward the possibility of being able to have base functionality for approving and managing businesses in Los Santos. Can I get a round of applause, please? Clap, 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 clap.
clap.
4 months later, we are nearly upon the horizon, which
Hey, that's
means
progress. Hell yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
which means we need to. I will draft up a law before the next meeting, and we will essentially say, hey, if you're not a business, guess what? If you're advertising yourself as a business, you're gonna get in trouble. The end. We had like a state announcement about that kind of like early on because everyone was kind of trying to rush.
Right.
But that was more like just to scare people, to stop them from doing it for a little bit. But yeah, we need something official, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, seems like it. I mean, it's kind of hard, right? Because it's like on one hand, we want to make them follow the legislation, but on the other hand, even the people who are following the legislation don't have anywhere to call business. So I don't know.
Sure
I mean, the easy fix is there is an unauthorized sales charge that kind of fits that definition. Right now, it's just like a pissant misdemeanor. But
right now, it's not illegal for them to do that. That's my point.
Right.
Yeah, well,
unauthorized sales.
It's a citation. It technically is, but it means
It's just the cost of doing business, though, right now.
Well, that's okay, right? So, as I continue. So what I'm saying is you could simply retool that charge to either be like a 0-0 discretion of the courts, make it a felony with 10 grand. Like I don't know. There's a lot of things you could cook up, but there is technically a charge in our penal code that does apply that could be enforced right now.
Yeah.
I think that's something we can also like maybe address in the town halls to kind of get the word spread, because I think a lot of people are going off of the old mindset from back in the day where they are trying to manifest what they want, because that was generally kind of the suggestion.
It was.
They're overthinking this hard right now.
Put forth the effort, show that you're willing to do it, and then maybe it will happen for you. And so I think that's where they're all coming from. So it's not them willfully breaking the law. It's that they think that this is the best way to go about getting the, I guess, attention.
I already tried
towards what they want to achieve.
We're overthinking this. Okay. The point.
They just don't want to pay the money. We are overthinking this.
Point blank. Right now, it is not illegal for someone to operate a in quotes business on Twitter and whatnot. It's not illegal. Okay. So next meeting, I'm gonna have something that makes it illegal for them to do it without a business license, and that's
sweet.
And then we're gonna have a new charge associated with that as well. Operating a business illegally or whatever. That's it. Boom. Done. No more. Like, that's what has to happen, and it's gonna. Boom.
Sounds like that's gonna be free charges on Twitter.
Yeah, if you guys want to pursue them.
Hell yeah.
Do we Philippa, this drug scheduling thing, cool idea. Crane, do you have anything you want to present?
I think I brought up the stuff I had.
Miss Vaunted Treasurer, do you have anything you wish to present?
I already brought forth everything that I had. Thank you.
My darling wife and the esteemed Chief of Staff, dost thou have anything to present?
Nay, I have already finished.
Oh, I got one thing. Do you guys? Does anybody know how Grime works exactly?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have this whole thing about they need to keep their load under a certain, like, either the contract or the maximum weight of the trailer. But apparently there's runs that go to Polito.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And the guy said it's like he didn't even have each contract anymore because they were all going to the same spot. It's like a depot drop off. And he had accepted multiple contracts and filled the trailer and then was going to dump everything in Polito.
I didn't know you could accept multiple contracts. I never got promoted.
So I don't know how our law really works if that's the case.
I will say the best and easiest way if we want to police commercial trucks and stuff is to literally just do it weight-based, not like this weird contract-based shit. Like, if they're overweight, that should be what we're aiming for, not like...
But they physically can't be overweight is the problem.
Yeah, well, we set the weight limit, and if they're over that weight limit, then they're overweight.
Weight by package number. I don't know, however you want to phrase it.
So right now, I mean, for example, the big trucks can hold 5,000 kilos. So what people are doing is just filling it up to like 4,900.
Right. So we set a more reasonable weight limit.
All right, what would that be?
I would say, because I definitely did a couple of runs where I filled up my tiny little Grime truck to almost to 5,000 kilograms, or whatever the weight metric is. I feel like a good either 1.5 or 2,000 is probably like realistic. Because the way that it works is you can choose to not accept another contract after, and this is how it worked months ago. I don't know if it still works this way. You can choose to not accept another contract after doing one, at which point you'll be redirected to a drop-off point where you have to turn in the packages that you have. Boom.
The claim made to me was that if they were to be limited to one contract at a time and having to go to the depot every time, they claimed that they would lose money in terms of repairs and gas.
Yeah, they probably would. Especially, what was the weight limit? Like 500 right now?
5,000 kilos.
No, I mean, like, didn't we have like some legislation that said like, hey, if you're over 500, then you're...
No, it just says you can't exceed the contract or the trailer load.
Yeah, but wasn't there some kind of discrepancy on the contracts at the beginning?
Yeah, which is why I'm bringing this back.
Yeah, okay.
I've had further feedback that apparently it's still not really clear on how to enforce it.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest, just fucking get rid of this contract shit where it's like, hey, do you only have food in your truck, blah blah. It doesn't fucking matter. It shouldn't matter. The only thing that we should care about is their fucking monstrous truck so weighed down that they're gonna be like a death machine on the highway. That's it.
So what
weight limit? I would say 2,000. I think we could even make it.
So I think that's probably a little low, because I think from what I've heard, the contracts for the bigger trucks can be up to 1,200.
Like, so maybe just per contract, so like 2.4K. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys know Marlo Stanfield?
Yeah.
Oh,
he's the Grime King. I'll call him after this meeting. I'll ask him.
Get some info from him and let's figure it out.
I actually thought of two more things real quick. This shouldn't take too long, but I was going to bring up things. All right.
Go ahead.
Okay. Question one. This one's real simple. The EGO Act explicitly implies civilians. Sometimes that means no government employees. Could it potentially be applied to doctors or EMS?
Doesn't it? It says like
groups of people.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. I mean, it's like civilian groups and all that shit. So just wanted to get ahead of it because someone has asked.
I do believe that the way it's worded, it encompasses all of us.
Fuck yeah, perfect. Because someone suggested like a charge for targeting the hospital or whatever the fuck, and my response was,
no, that's definitely
just use the EGO Act. We don't need that.
100%.
I don't think so. Yeah,
didn't you guys have like a medical terrorism charge back in the day?
We did, but that was a very
It got
niche
overly
charge.
complicated because every time there was
Yeah,
a shooting at the hospital, then someone wanted to be charged with terrorism, which
And
is
then we
why
had
they
the
came
kill
up with
barrier era.
medical
There was-
When we
discontinuity.
had that
instead.
shootout
Yeah,
weren't the police on the roof of the hospital shooting? I don't remember.
Yeah, well, we overruled
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, we do
I
remember
like
that
those
one,
kill
but it was
barriers,
still.
I'm gonna be
I
honest.
told them they're stupid. We're trying to charge terrorism.
What's a kill barrier?
It's
So,
basically a big cement
essentially,
barrier that has
what
lights
happened
on
is
it.
Cross it, you die.
Here's the history. Originally, there was no medical terrorism. Then one day, Dundee, Jack Cortair, and some other folks broke into a hospital that was actively being used as a triage and treatment point for officers and civilians who were shot down in a big shootout. Shot up the hospital trying to rescue their friends. So there was a case where they were charged with terrorism, and the argument was that they destabilized a government entity, aka the treatment center. And so the judge Bailey issued a precedent that basically said that if you go in and shoot up a hospital or a place where people are actively being treated and you cause treatment to stop, then you're guilty of terrorism. So people then started getting medical terrorism because, for example, like Kermie Folker and or no, it wasn't Kermie, it was Julio shot a cop in the hospital because the cop was shit talking Sis while Sis was in the ICU. That was a terrorism, whole bunch. And then we had to get rid of medical terrorism because the cops started getting in gang wars with a Gulag gang who operated out of Strawberry Gas right next to the hospital. and the cops were mounting the roof of the hospital to use as a tactical shooting point. So then Gulag Gang would climb the roof of the hospital and engage in a gun battle with the cops, causing the hospital to be shut down. So then the cops would come
Then
to
they
us and be
charged
like,
them with
they
terrorism.
shot in the hospital, they were going to charge them with terrorism. And I said, but you did it
Yeah.
first. So we got rid of that, and we created medical discontinuity, which basically said, whether it's at the hospital or out in the field, if you shoot or do violent acts while treatment is occurring, then you're going to be guilty of this charge. And it's basically a do not pass go, do not, collect $200, go straight to jail for a couple of years. Judge just authorizes it, no trial. Which then created the kill barriers, which were police would triage scenes, set up giant concrete barriers with like flashing klaxon lights on the sides of them that said police do not cross. And there was a piece of legislation that said that if you cross those barriers, you are like shoot on sight, no questions asked, probable cause, fuck all that. You just get shot in the head.
Cool.
Good times.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah. So
They worked.
But you
They
have to
did
remember,
work.
this was
They
in a
did,
time
yeah.
where essentially people would get in a gunfight with police, and one or two people from the offending group would be up on their feet. Their 4 comrades would be shot down in custody, and people would be circling for like 2 hours, stealing
No
a
man
local
left
car,
behind.
changing clothes, circle,
Oh,
circle,
God.
shoot one
Yeah,
cop, change
yeah.
clothes, new car, circle, circle. So
RPG from a bridge.
we
Oh yes.
had to secure our medical services and law enforcement to be able to patrol the city at some point.
Yeah, but thank God we are
Yeah.
not in that position yet, so I'm perfectly happy with the Ego Act. And hopefully we never have to create something like
Agreed.
that.
Agreed.
Yep. Okay, second thing was the we already approved paper, but when it comes to medical report requests, this is a Crane question. Would it be possible to put that in the MDT so I don't have to direct people to a form? Kind of like y'all have with subpoenas and stuff?
Not me problem.
Say again?
He wasn't listening.
The requests for medical records, would it be possible to have that be something that we could add a functionality for within the MDT so people don't have to be directed to an external form?
Subpoena, Peepo giggles.
I'm sure there's a lot of questions about how exactly it would work, so we can talk more about that later.
I'm just trying to think through
Yeah.
the mechanisms of like
Yeah.
access.
Happy
and
birthday,
how,
Zenyatta, dude.
How a random
Happy
person's
birthday.
access would overlap with
My birthday's in a
doctors
couple of
enough
days.
to submit something.
Agent
And the
Origins
doctor's
up.
not
So-
to share the form with them, like through the
Well,
MD,
that's-
the current.
Well,
MDT
no,
function?
because
No.
the current sharing only works in the
Yes.
courtroom because it's
Yeah.
localized to a physical place.
Mm.
Otherwise,
not
you
the
need to have a
share.
staff profile which gives you access to
Can I get
that
happy birthday? My
category of
birthday is July
document.
10th.
So, for example, the way that subpoenas and search warrants works is they're
No.
police documents, they're
It's not your
reports,
birthday, dude.
then judges have access to report.
Hmm.
Whereas,
Yeah.
if anyone, lawyer or otherwise, can request medical documents, then we'd have to figure out how a public individual without a
Right.
staff profile would have access to a form that then could be shared to a doctor.
So,
I will talk to
yeah.
the technicians and see if that's feasible.
It would have to be that lawyers and PD could request it, and then doctors probably.
It's your
of a
birthday
certain
today? Happy
level or
birthday,
above.
Ziani.
We have hospital command
Happy
as,
birthday.
and high command as options. in the
HBD,
MDT
dude.
could respond to it. That would ideally be it. But if it's not an option,
Hope you have
that's
a
okay.
Pogger's
just know
birthday.
I will
dude.
ask.
It's much nicer to do it here.
And I'm sure I will learn a few new curse words in German.
Yeah, I can already see that coming. I'm so sorry.
What do they have to fill out on the form?
That's what it lays out in the paper legislation. They'd have to get
So is
the
Coca-Coda's B-Day?
they'd have to
No,
get
it's
the
not.
confirmation that they can release the medical records with the contracts app. But they have to submit that request to us, right? I guess, we just want it in writing with all the other answers we need.
Got the level, dude.
I'll look into
It's
it.
your wedding anniversary. Does that count?
Hell yeah,
Silence,
thank you. If you have
prime
any questions
pleb.
about it, let me know.
Don't care if you're married. Ding.
That's all I had.
68, baby. All right, let's log up. Okay. I don't have anything to present. I'm kind of in a little bit of a writer's block right now.
Well, we also did pump
fuck
out
it,
a
it
fuck
happens.
ton of pieces of
Yeah.
legislation.
True.
Oh, absolutely. We've got
There's
a lot
only so
done.
many things that need to be regulated, to be honest.
Yep, true.
True.
I just gotta.
And we're at like what 30 something things or some shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some town halls and kind of figure out where everyone's at. To do. Me, speak to Marlowe, figure out the intricate inner workings of the Grime work job.
We also need to schedule the pardon panel for
Greg.
Yeah.
Greg.
Ooh.
Greg Letourneau.
It's got a video and everything. It's great.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a little announcement in our email chain for a specific date. Are there any days anyone is not? Actually, you know what? Just say if you're available or not. It doesn't matter. I don't have to go through each person and find out when you're available.
I am
Schedule's
available.
fine. Yeah.
I most likely can't be. I will let you know if I can.
I could be like an alternate, basically, just if there's enough advance notice. And we don't have enough.
If you actually I'll just move it to the top of my chief of staff notes report. If you want to view the video in advance, I will just move it to the very top so you don't have to scroll for it in my chief of staff notes. Wait, you want to hold it?
Yeah, we should.
Removing. Don't look at it yet.
We should have everyone watch that at the same time together.
You're right. You're right. JK, don't look at it.
Where the fuck was I? Oh yeah, I came here to find out how to spell Greg's name. There it is.
I'm guessing the claim is that Mr. Charles is lying here.
Lying about what?
Greg's incident or whatever, like his felonies, like why he needs it. Yeah, he said that Bobby Charles set him up.
No.
He also
You're
said,
saying Bobby's lying.
yeah, I'm saying Bobby apparently got on the
here's
car
Bobby's
willingly.
statement. I owe Siobhan money because Maximilian paid me $1,500 off. I was at the hospital. I received a call. I think the guy's name was Craig or Greg. Say he wanted to speak to me. Being as nice as I am, I informed Carmine and made a 911 about it. If I don't answer within 10 minutes, I'm being kidnapped. We're in the van. He says I owe Siobhan money. He said he's an associate. I played up acting like why I don't know why I owe her money. We get to the docks. He pulls out a knife and tells me to get out of the car. After we got out, he explained we were going to go to an ATM to get the money back. I said I'm famous, need to call my accountant. That's when an officer arrived and the chase started.
Aw.
I wasn't there. I have no idea what happened.
Same.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Same.
So, okay.
But what I do know, all right, is that things with actually I'm not even gonna explain. I think you're gonna have to just wait and watch the video. It'll all make sense when you watch it.
Mr.
But,
Anderson, please AFK.
I think we all know Bobby
Dude.
Charles in this room and what
Oh,
he
yeah.
can be
Yeah.
like, right? And his willingness to I don't want to say sneak, but yeah, snake is the word that comes to mind.
He's a fucking piece of shit who should be dead by all rights, but somehow has evaded the Reaper for now.
Yeah, it's a good summary. Got that right.
He's a deplorable cockroach.
True.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're good, everybody.
Hell yeah, wow.
All right.
Man, we're getting a lot quicker with these.
Do you have a meeting scheduled
All right.
with Alan right now?
No, so we gotta
Can
go grab
you,
him before he
ask the
runs
floor
away.
winners to make their way to the second floor courtroom.
Yeah,
if
will
they're
do.
available.
I can make this announcement.
Okay.
Chief Justice, could I borrow you for like a
Oh, you
handful of
wanna
minutes?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Where do you want them, Malton?
Second floor, just because if I don't want to take up the big one in case something happens.
We can go wherever you'd
It's
like.
good to
actually.
see you, Pippa.
My office is right around the corner. I don't know if that's
I'm just gonna go in the lobby. What's up?
Contra, I'm really glad you were here.
Thanks, but I made it.
Beb,
Sorry,
what?
Beb, go grab
Yeah.
go grab Crane. Crane.
Yeah.
Where'd you just go?
So we're
Alan.
And once I get that written up, I'll message you so that way you can look it over.
You're doing a thing first with Dakota? Alright.
Yeah, please. Please.
Yes, yes. I
Please.
just want to make sure that I get the wording done, and I wanted to be able to pay attention. So I appreciate you, Max. Thank you.
Yeah. Leichenberg. Okay, we spelled it right. Sick. The following individuals have been elected by the people to represent to the Civilian Oversight Board. Sonny Brooks. I'm gonna mix up the number, the order. Archie Archer, so Lycan, and Owen Svensson. If any, please contact Lance Moulton to begin your public service. You may also, if you are available now, please report to the second floor courtroom in City Hall. Thanks.
My God.
You find him?
He's in the courtroom. He was following Dakota. It's the second floor courtroom for some reason. So in there.
Come, let us go.
Okay. Wait. There's Dakota. Where the fuck did Alan go? No. Oh, he's in the lobby. Just
Yeah,
kidding.
right downstairs.
I thought he said he was going to the second floor courtroom. Wrong. Woo! That was sick.
That is terrifying.
Alan.
Yeah.
Are you writing right now?
Writing what?
I don't know. Just, are you busy right now?
No, what's going on?
My wife and I must speak with you concerning a matter most distressing.
What's going on?
It's probably best discussed privately, to be honest.
Yeah, let's go somewhere else.
Oh, hey.
All right.
what's up, guys?
Hello.
Crane, you sound annoyed.
No, just alive.
That's valid.
Isn't there like wait, let's go up one floor.
Yeah.
Dead.
All right. I'll be here for a couple hours.
Wait, what's that emo? Dead AF.
I love the mustache, by the way. Yeah, it's great.
Everyone be crying and shit.
Did you just walk through it without... You have your stuff?
Nope.
Weird.
Where'd you guys go?
Through the... Here.
All right, who did what?
Please regale Alan with your story.
Every time I talk to Murphy, he verbally abuses me, and the last time we talked, he screamed at me and called me a piece of shit and an asshole in the middle of City Hall. Like, there's people around, and I literally did not swear at him. I did not raise my voice at him for him to start doing that, and it's really unprofessional. I want it to stop. I don't I don't know what to do. He
Was there
literally
anyone else there?
God, who else was down there? Yeah, but I can't remember who it was. Fuck. I might come back to me. I think who was there? Swan was there.
All right.
Swan.
I'm
And
in
then
a gang with her.
okay, cool. Yeah, so
Please don't think
Swan,
so, but-
and then after,
You talking, Beb?
he then he emailed Serge, and I don't know exactly what he said, but then he like Serge came to like scream at me too.
Yeah, this Surge Cross motherfucker exists solely the last 3-4 months to antagonize my wife, and that is his sole contribution to the DOJ.
Well, unfortunately, Max, I'll have to disagree, and I'll double down and say his contribution is antagonizing everyone.
Okay, so what can we do about people who hold a position like that, barely contribute anything, and then antagonize?
No, he contributes a lot. He just does it through antagonizing.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sure he's signing subpoenas or search warrants or whatever have you, the unseen labor of a judge.
Surge is around a lot. He is involved in almost every discussion, and he does do a decent amount of work on search warrants and subpoenas.
Tell him to quit talking to my fucking wife.
It was something really weird happened the other day.
Okay,
He like
well, hold
literally
on.
came into my office.
Why did Murphy go to Surge? Because why did then Surge feel need to talk to you?
I don't know. This seems to be
what is the context? Because it seems I'm trying to understand how we get from Murphy yelling at Siobhan to then Surge yelling at Siobhan.
because
what is
the two of them enjoy tormenting my wife, and I guess they
Max,
formed a fucking gang, and Murphy is whining through emails to Surge Cross to come and enforce his fucking stupid petty will. That's what's happening.
It was a court decision.
Okay,
thing.
so what are we talking about contextually? What was the issue at hand?
Okay, so the issue at hand was that there was a court-ordered thing from Serge, and you know he just does what he does. About
Which was what?
About mine and Murphy's previous divorce.
Right.
Saying
Yeah, I remember.
right?
You guys requested a second. I don't remember what you call
There
it.
will be a lot for this.
Renegotiated post-nup or something.
Please tell us of it.
Divorce thing, divorce settlement.
Okay, and so
Anime
what
MILF
happened there?
fan, thanks for subbing.
Serge's ruling was
Get
that
a load of this shit.
Max, myself, and Murphy needed to meet with Etta to certify and figure out whatever the best finances were. Then Murphy calls me, not Murphy, sorry. Then Serge calls me afterwards to tell me, hey, actually, I changed my mind. Here's another option if you want to take it for the verdict. My only only condition is that you have to tell, I have to be the one to tell Murphy about this other option, and Max has to be there with me when I tell him, which is that all of us meet with Tanner instead and just have Etta certify it to like figure out what the best thing is for everyone. And I kept Murphy kept asking when we want to do the thing with Etta, but Max wasn't around for me to tell Murphy that it's gonna be with Tanner instead, and I didn't know what to do, and I was trying to abide by his court order, but then Murphy said that I was being an asshole and that I was a piece of shit and that he was going to email Serge to tell him that I wasn't complying. And Serge, knowing everything, just came and screamed at me and told me I wasn't being an adult or whatever, and didn't really give me an opportunity to defend myself, and then left after screaming at me.
In City Hall.
In City Hall. In the middle of City Hall.
So are you two divorced now?
Yeah, we've super divorced. Super divorced.
Weren't you divorced already?
Yes, this was.
So why did you have another hearing?
Custody, because Murphy wanted custody.
Custody of what?
Our child in Ireland.
What? How would our court?
That's what I'm saying. He doesn't have jurisdiction for that.
Then why was it filed here?
Mm.
I don't know, but Serge told me the last thing he threatened me with and said that he was gonna give the child up for adoption if we couldn't figure this out. I'm like, you can't force that. Why are you being like this? I mean, I just wanted.
All right, how about this? How about we cut the baby in half, and then you guys each get half?
No,
Hammurabi
no,
style.
No,
Oh, look, crank
no.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
thanks Solomon the Wise, but you know, he can just keep it if that's the case.
Here's what I would like. I want these two judges to have no contact with my wife whatsoever in the realm of like presiding over cases that she might be involved with. It seems pretty clear that they're using the power that they have in the courtroom to kind of like fuck with my wife in a way that is just completely unreasonable. You're the Chief Justice, you're their boss. I'm not asking you to talk to them and figure out, did you say this, blah, blah, blah. I've seen it happen firsthand. Fucking Search Cross locked my wife in a porta potty for 10 minutes handcuffed in the past. Like, it's like a storied history of hazing that is extra bad now because my wife is no longer a judge, just arguably a more important role now, in my opinion. And they're just kind of fucking dicking her around, and it is completely unprofessional, and I don't like it, and she doesn't like it either. And we are telling you right now that it's only they need to be told not to be adjudicating anything so far as she's concerned.
And after that, I was in my office, and like Serge and Jenny just like walked in, and then were like surprised to see me in my office, and then suddenly walked away like they were going to use it as a meeting room, and that doesn't make any sense, and it was weird.
This motherfucker had keys to her room. Crane, how? Why? Her office.
I don't. It's weird.
Stop them, please, Daddy Queen.
Okay. Okay, so I take it that all of this was around this. What did you call it? Secondary divorce?
Why are you looking at euthanasia?
That's my business.
Oh, sorry. I'm nosy.
What? So what? This is all surrounding what? This renegotiated thing with the Irish kid?
Yeah.
That's the root of the issue.
Okay, and was that settled? Is that done?
That's done.
Yeah, my wife decided.
I don't want any money from him.
Yeah, my wife decided to just drop it all because it would require prolonged interaction with Braun and Cross.
So moving forward, what's the issue?
I don't want them to adjudicate anything so far as she's concerned. I don't want them to be the ones to do it. They've clearly shown that they have bias so far as she is concerned, given events in the past and events currently. And there's no way that they can administer any sort of fair judgment so far as she's concerned. Also, I want you to tell them to stop fucking talking to her. Anything.
Is this why the legislation was called Murphy's Law?
That was Michael's idea because he saw one of the interactions where Murphy was just super mean and screamy at me. That's right, Michael saw one of them. That was literally, he wanted to write that because he was so put off by like the unprofessional behavior.
Siobhan. We've known each other for a very long time. You know how I operate, right? So this whole leaning into they're super mean and I'm an innocent doe, let's cut that, okay?
No, listen, I'm not trying to say that like I haven't, we've all done our own dirt, Crane. We've all done our own dirt, but I was literally trying to be as civil and cordial as possible. And, oh, that's right. Okay, I told Murphy that he needed to talk to Max about scheduling. That's right, because he cannot be cordial with me. And he was screaming and calling me like a piece of shit and everything, repeatedly. I was completely respectful. I respect the position of judge. I was doing my best to show the difference.
So this was only related to the adoption thing?
That's the root issue, and it has spiraled into.
Because I had more complaints that I talked about the other day, Siobhan, that I'm still looking into.
I know
about this other thing, and I'm trying to understand what's happening.
Yeah, this was during the time that all the the Dans were all hunting me too. So like I was literally in the middle of like getting fucking harassing texts. There's Dans, people are texting me all over that there are Dans all over the city looking for me, trying to kill me. All right. And then Murphy decides that he wants to talk about that right then. And I was trying to be respectful. I had just gotten kidnapped and had antlers grafted onto my skull. All right. Like I was not having a good time and he just wanted to scream at me.
Okay. How about we how about I talk to them and tell them to chill or whatever, and how about we refrain from any potentially antagonizing behavior? How about
I agree. No, 100%. I just remember the time too that
Max?
Well,
Slavax had to tell Murphy to leave
hold on,
MRPD.
hold on. These motherfuckers are cowards. I haven't had a moment to speak with them about the way they've been treating my wife, and I've walked past them, and they have not said a single fucking thing to me because they're pussies, and they're using the power that they have to lord it over my wife, who is one of their ex-colleagues. They're fucking cowards. Don't worry, I won't antagonize them because they're afraid of me and they don't talk to me.
Okay. Is it just the one child?
Yes.
Okay. I will talk to them. Is there anything else?
Nope.
That was it.
Thank
you.
I gotta call Marlo, babe.
Okay.
I'm starving.
Me too.
Hello.
Greetings.
Hello. Is Barrick around?
I don't know. I'm
God
not
damn
sure.
it.
Yeah.
About what?
Miko.
We're supposed to have a meeting and
Meeting about what?
Protocols or commitment and such.
Ooh, yeah. We talked to Pixie about that a couple nights ago. Well, I'm gonna go get some food.
Give me food.
I will.
Thanks, babe.
Bip. Bip. It's kind of impressive how long these scuff marks last on the floor.
You know, I don't mind being labeled a crackhead. Me importa una chingada.
Yep. Another day at City Hall, eh? Cabron. You know, man, I don't mind being labeled a crackhead, man. Yeah, man. Ah! Yeah, I'm gonna drop these food items. Hold on one sec. Return me items.
Supposed to have another meeting with
Suarez and Sultan, maybe. So maybe I slot them in first, and we see if Barrick wakes up in the
Slaps
meantime.
a fatty fucking stack of water bottles in your hand.
Thank you. I love fatty stacks of water bottles.
Slaps a fatty stack of energy bars in your hand.
I think Damien has
Just want to
something
open
for me, too.
immediately.
Hopefully Barrick wakes up. If he doesn't, we can just always reschedule to like another day. I don't know. It's tough. Unless you wanted to.
Hello, Abilene.
Hi, Mr.
Separate,
Mayor.
I don't know. I feel like it's better if we're all in the same place.
Hi, Mrs. Thoroughbred.
Hi, how are you?
Chief of
I'm
staff.
doing well. How are you?
Hey, we're done with
Chief
the
of
meeting. If you want to
Chief
come to
of
see how and talk.
How's your day?
Pretty good. I've been working at Senior Buns, and then I got robbed at gunpoint.
Nice.
Oh,
Wait,
that,
where?
that happens there.
Yeah, rite of passage, I guess.
Did it
Senior
happen at
Buns?
Senior Buns?
Yeah,
Did they like run in the back and do it?
they ran right up in there. Held a gun to my face, Mr. Mayor.
How long ago?
About 45 minutes.
45 minutes ago?
Yeah.
They should hire someone to like hide in the freezer at Senior Buns that like jumps out whenever someone does that shit.
I would definitely give security a portion of my tickets to secure the overall income.
You know, it's cool because there's no way out of the kitchen, right? So justifiably someone who
Ooh, stand your ground.
Yeah, they could probably
Justifiable shooting.
Yeah, justifiably shoot somebody. I don't know. Look, if you know anyone with a gun license, tell them to hide in the freezer.
I'll consider it. I'll bring it up.
Nice.
Thank you.
Always encouraging people to shoot other people. Shall we ride on our motorcycle, dear?
Yeah, you had to call Marlo, right?
Yes. I got to be a phone guy. Actually, we can just meet him in person. That's probably better.
Yeah, let's do that. Don't be a phone guy.
He's on the fucking phone. He's a phone guy.
He is a phone guy.
Goodbye.
Can you just text him while you drive and ask him if we can meet him?
Sure.
Fuck. His phone number was in a different phone.
I got it. You don't have a radio. Bears traded Justin Fields. Thoughts? I don't know who the fuck that is, nor do I care. He asked me if I wanted to do a Grime run, which is actually a great idea.
Ooh, one time I did something with Swan when I was hiding from, who was I hiding from then? Sonia, in like G6, and she had me sit in the back of the truck while they were doing stuff because she's like, your banshee scream is just like an alarm. It can alert us if any, robbers come up.
Did you guys get robbed?
No. I did scream when people approached, so maybe.
Holy fuck. Owie.
Owie.
Youch.
Fuck. Okay, check's body for injuries. I'm fine. Sick. How about bump the back of my head?
The back of me head, then.
Yeah.
Get off the phone, you piece of shit. So you don't remember what happened last night? At all?
I sort of remember.
What was the last thing you remember?
Being really mad at Jonathan. Being vaguely upset with you.
Why?
Was that a nightmare I had? I might have just had a really bad dream, and in my dream, okay, I think you were not there when I needed you to be, and yeah, that's about it. I feel like Jonathan was also a demon. Not sure.
He was not a demon. So where were we the last time you remember?
Home?
Right. Who was there?
Turgle was there.
Who else?
Jonathan?
Right. Who else?
Glorion?
Yep. Who else?
Bunch of Dans?
Nope. Not correct.
I feel like my dream was like Turgle and 3 Dans. Got him. Hey, weird request.
Yeah.
Since I haven't been able to drive, tell me your thoughts. Do you think that I could drive on the Zancudo airfield because it's not a public road and no one will see?
Yeah. Okay, so my
I don't want
kicking
to drive the Raiden.
my kicking form is greatly reduced on bike back, but it seems like the wrench form. Oh wait, hold on, you got back up.
Well, that time you didn't.
Okay. Yeah, right. Drive on Zancudo. Yeah.
Okay.
Do some sick jumps.
Right? Okay.
Hold on, Marlo's phone's ringing.
Finally.
Hey, I'm at Grime.
So that's at the docks, right?
Yeah, the docks to the south.
You
That
got
same dock.
you got room for my wife and I?
Unfortunately, all the Grime vehicles are 2-seaters. There's not a single vehicle that is 3-seaters. It'd be nice, but unfortunately,
I can't like hold her while we're driving.
If you feel that's safe, I don't know if that's reckless endangerment.
Look, what's less safe is a brilliant mind like Siobhan Thoroughbred not hearing what you have to say.
Sure, fair enough. Carrier.
All right.
We can help you carry the packages.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did.
Yep. Yeah, okay, yeah, we're almost there actually. I'm gonna take a little leak though once I get there, and then I'm good to go. So basically,
we usually do that when we're in the car. We just do it in the bottles, yeah.
Oh,
Because
right.
we don't get breaks.
Well, I worked a fair amount of Grime. I'd say I did like 30, 40 hours total. But this is a while ago.
Same.
Line ass bitch.
No, I will pull up my app right now. I'm gonna screenshot my app and send it to you right now. I've done 58 hours. That's not that much.
Actually, it's not that much.
And it's definitely accurate. And it's only 58.
So I just want you have to be totally honest about the questions I need to ask.
I will.
And right now, hold on. Why doesn't the bike turn off?
I'm like, why wouldn't it look either? Super weird.
That's sus. Let's just leave it here. Yeah, okay. All right, good. We're right around the corner. Coming now. Run! Run, wife!
I'm running!
Quickly!
Oh, my chubby stubby legs! My chub stubs are activated.
Your chub stubs! Ah! Yeah, there was a problem when ooh, look at this car. There was a problem when I worked here a long time ago where, my car would vanish.
Oh, I heard about that.
Uh,
That happened to Greg before too.
So,
do you have a turbo or anything in your motorcycle?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, well, people just literally stole bootleg the car right here, and this is probably
oh. '79 Camaro. The car looks cool. Safety is job number one.
This goes against my
Oh!
Oh shit!
Oh fuck! He's gonna kick my ass! Help! Wait, he's running.
Okay.
We're good.
Oh, he's running. He's a pussy. Yeah, run, bitch, run! I didn't actually want to fuck with you.
So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna probably follow him in the truck and then park this up somewhere and then get in.
Do you need any band-aids?
Yes, please. So
Here you go.
you start the job, and then we'll follow you. And once we get near a parking garage, we'll park it up, and then we'll.
there's one just to the west over here, like in the same area still, but I can still just join up.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
You want to join the group?
So I can't join up because I'm mayoring right now. But
What about Siobhan?
She's chief of staffing right now.
Yeah.
Look, it's just more money for you at the end of the day, right?
Well, technically less money for me, actually.
Why?
You get paid more when you work with a partner.
How much more?
Double.
I'd have to go all the way to City Hall and sign out.
It's okay. I'm sure you can just reimburse me for my time.
Nope.
What?
Look, I don't want to fucking hear it. I bet you got $200,000 in your bank account right now.
I only have, yeah, it's only 200,000.
Wow,
Yeah,
you have got more money than us.
This motherfucker shaking us down.
Literally, hey, can you pay me? He literally wants to be paid for us to listen to him.
Oh, fuck! Ow! It's okay, I'm not bleeding, I think.
My kneecap. Oh.
It's
All
damaged.
right.
It's damaged.
Go ahead and just let me just. All right.
I tried to break the fence.
Yeah, apparently that's like some reinforced fucking chain link.
I'm in extreme pain.
My body hurts.
Youch.
My head hurts too.
Yeah, but them boots look good, girl. Damn. Hey, we crashed trying to break this fence.
Yeah, usually you just go through the opening.
Fuck
over here is what we...
Shut up, nerd.
No, I'm just saying that's just usually how you get through certain areas.
Yeah, because you're a sheep and you follow traffic laws. You know me, I'm a fucking I'm a trailblazer, dude. You know, and this is the risk of trailblazing sometimes.
The only thing you blazing is your engine when you fucking have to repair it so much.
That's not true.
Yes.
Nuh-uh, he also be blazing up the bedroom.
Yup, sex style. So the parking spot's in there?
It's in here, yeah.
Thanks for getting my back there, Beb.
Always.
Got it. Oh, can you park it?
Oh yeah, I will. Wait, it's not in the spot right. Hold on, I lied.
Ah!
Snatches.
Alright, so you're gonna carry her?
Yeah. Come.
Uppies.
No, don't. That is not what's happening in this car.
Uh-huh.
Wait, I can't get in. Is it locked?
Yeah, no,
What?
of course. No. You're carrying her.
Oh.
You don't. Your hands are full.
What?
Okay. What
Hey,
if you
put me in.
carry her and I'll put you...
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's
we
a good idea.
Just need a little help getting up these stairs, Marlo. With your
Yeah,
big,
Yeah.
big, strong hands.
Your old feeble bones. I get it. There you go. Well, okay.
Try it
Maybe
again.
carry her.
Yeah,
Try to
carry.
carry her.
Come closer to the door.
I'm as close as I can be.
Stand in front of me on the thing.
Okay,
Wait,
so
I
what-
have an idea.
You're
I'm
gonna
in
try
heels.
to carry her right when you open the door.
All right, stand in front of me a little bit.
That. Okay.
Nope. Oh, there you go.
Sick.
Perfect.
You think I'm washed, fool?
Well, you're gonna have to do that every single time you get out to get. Oh, you can't get packages because you didn't sign in. You're
That's
making me do a solo job and do all the work.
And also,
What is
I gotta
this
rest my
cruel
eyes.
joke?
I gotta rest my eyes. So.
What?
So how's it going, Marlo?
We had a long council
That's
meeting,
going
okay?
well. Going well.
King Desic, someone.
I was like, okay.
I'll be back 1 second.
Man, you can like barely fit underneath that, huh?
Yeah. We good. Oh, that's the car they stole, and probably took the turbo out of. That's unfortunate.
So, yeah, Marlo, how's it been going? How's your day?
Good. You know, business booming. We did the soft opening for the casino today, so
Yeah, I got the text for that.
it was good. It was good. Pretty smooth.
You're supposed to go. I'm kind of disappointed. Was there a big showing?
Yeah, there was. Yeah, both tables were full. Had people waiting. It's a good turnout, especially since it was only founders and investors.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Excited to potentially move into a bigger space here soon. How about you? How was your meeting? Talk about the loan stuff?
You know, that sort of came out vaguely. What do you mean, talk about loan stuff?
I heard that there was potentially like legislation that was going to be coming after this meeting.
For what? For like
Loans?
loans
Like
in
regulations?
general, like private loans, or oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Give me 1 second. What were you saying?
About the loan things.
Yeah.
I think that is something that will be coming and be worked on, right? But you know, nothing. We will never have state-backed loans again.
Oh no! I don't care about none of
You just
that.
meant for like
That's-
private
that's-
loan regulation.
Yeah.
But I also, I'm of the opinion that when you lend someone money, right, there are different kinds of risks, right?
100%.
And there is a lending risk that the lender takes on when lending to someone, which means that there is a chance you will not get your money back.
That's why unsecured loans are silly.
Right, and I think that lenders need to understand the lending risk that they are taking on.
I agree.
And if they do not, they should not be doing so.
Yeah, I think that although that is a good point, I think that lending risk should be something that's taken into account. Allowing people to get away with blatant fraud is also not the correct way to handle it, right? Not protecting the lender just to give like whoever's getting the money free reign to just fuck over anybody giving out loans is also an issue. But no, I think from what I heard, like the stuff that y'all were working on, I mean, the biggest thing that I was trying to tell people in city council early was the billing people into the negative is just the quickest way to bring inflation back to Los Santos.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you on that.
So I'm glad that y'all ain't doing that.
No, absolutely not, right? And that's, I think some people expected that to be an
100%.
option,
No,
right?
100%. There's so many people. That's why I haven't done, like I've done a couple loans, but it's loans that I know I'm going to get paid on because I didn't want to go out there and do loans for people that I'd have to actually take to court because I knew that, I just knew that there's just no way that would be feasible.
Any money I've given away as a loan, I'll just say that at this point, I've done so with the understanding that it wasn't really a loan, it's probably a gift, and I'm probably not getting that mony back, right?
Oh no, I make sure I get my
Like
money
you
back.
never,
Marla always gets paid.
you don't loan money to friends. Like I have accepted loans from friends and I make sure I paid them back immediately, right? Because like if you don't, you are fucking over a friendship, right? And when I loan money to friends, I don't want to fuck over a friendship, and so I do so with the understanding that, right, in my mind that it's a gift because I don't want it to be fucked up if they don't do what they should.
Yeah, see, I'm a sociopath, so I lend to
okay.
friends all the time because business is business at the end of the day. Money's money.
God, this fucking truck is so fucking loud.
Yeah, this truck actually made me rethink how I hear the whole goddamn city, to be honest. Gotta put your lights on, you psychopath. So y'all thinking of getting into trucking?
I've never done blue collar work, and I don't really have an intent to start that anytime soon.
Honest job, just you and the old dusty trail.
I'm more of a white collar worker. Like you know, I'm good with my brain and not my hands.
Yeah, Max was saying that.
I mean, I grew up on a pig farm, so it's not like I've never, you know, it's not like I've never done anything, but
Yeah.
I don't think the trucking life is one for me.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be for me either. I started it pretty early, just as something to kind of, you know, get my foot wet into seeing what there was out there. I love money, so I thought, you know, Group 6 might be it, but fuck Group 6, disgusting human beings, homie hopping scumbags, you know?
What?
Sorry,
That was a lot of. Where does all that heat come from?
you know, it's just
I'm back.
It's like police and fire, right? Just
I'm
a
aware.
little friendly rivalry.
Aware.
Okay, what did I miss?
We were talking about
Lending
loans
risk.
a little bit, yeah.
What I missed in the Grime process.
We haven't really talked about.
Okay, so
we
what-
just started talking about.
What have you done so far?
I have gone to the first stop, which was a warehouse down at the docks. Now we're going to the second warehouse here. This is our first contract. I am now going to haul all of these boxes by myself, where I would normally have a partner help me. But the good news is that I get paid half as much now for doing double the work.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the good news. Now I'm now accepting more contracts, which I'll look at my tablet. Hey, look at that. We got another warehouse job.
So you're already done hauling those packages, and you were able to accept a new contract.
Yeah, yeah. So it's different amount of packages per drop. Like right now, we just got 17. It's gonna be split between the two, so it'll be 9 and 8.
How much is your truck weigh right now? Or how much is the cargo weigh?
Probably only like 600 or something like that.
Okay.
Maybe 650.
The 17 boxes you said?
I can take a look. Let me see what it's at right now. So right now, it's at 650.
Okay.
I'm putting stuff in right now, obviously, so it's gonna weigh more. 17 boxes, 50 kilograms a box. That's 850 or 950? No, 850.
850.
I don't know. Let me look.
So each one's always 80.
Yeah, it's
always,
just 850.
It's always 50 pounds. Okay,
Each crate is 50 kilograms. There is I mean, if you want to come look, there's a manifest here in the back.
It's weird. I didn't think Americans did things in kilograms.
They normally don't.
So actually over here, if you want to take a look at the cargo info. You able to or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can, I'm licensed to carry 1,000 kilograms of electronics.
Yeah. Is that what you just picked up?
I did just pick it up. Picked it up twice. So right now, this is technically illegal.
Why?
I have 1,050 of electronics.
Okay.
That was just 2 jobs. Normally, you can get you can get furniture from warehouses. I guess I got unlucky and got electronics twice, but you can get different types of packages. It's not always the same type. But the license allows you to carry 1,000 of each type of packages.
Okay.
So if you do the same jobs over and over again, it's going to be more likely that you're going to end up being overweight on what you're licensed for, which I technically am right now.
Wow, you snatched me up real quick.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Got lightning hands.
So right now you're breaking the law, technically.
Maybe. I don't know exactly what the law is.
Yeah, well, that's what we're trying to figure out. So
yeah,
just do a run that you would normally do to a completion.
Yeah. I don't. For some reason, I just really don't like how you said that. But yeah, I will.
The fuck was the charge for this? Oh,
I don't know.
I'm trying to remember.
Commercial
I know
vehicle or
somebody.
something?
Yeah, it's something. Yeah, negligent something or other of it. Because somebody got pulled over yesterday, and they got a warning.
Sure,
but
Steve,
I
thanks for
think
subbing.
it was misrepresented in what they were going to be charged with, because they didn't have they had over 1,000 weight in their cargo, obviously,
She's
but
hanging
not
out the
1,000
window.
of one type of package.
Right.
Like, if you want people to do this job and only have 1,000 weight, like it's not really gonna be possible.
Yeah. So we're looking at raising the weight limit, and I think it would depend on the truck.
Yeah. Well, each truck has a different license. Like the Pounder has 500 kilograms per.
Which one's the Pounder?
Type. That's the tier 2.
It's unlawful operation of a wide load.
That one. Yeah.
What's the name of this one?
Hacker.
You said Packer, right?
Yeah. So the Grime van, it's the Boxville is the first one. The Pounder is the second one, and then the Packer is the third one.
Do you know the weight limit on the Boxville?
I don't know the cargo limit. I know the weight limit is 1,500. I think it might be.
Why would the Pounder have a lower weight limit?
Sorry, the weight limit. So weight limit is like how much you can hold in the
Right.
in the
I
cargo.
mean, what does the cargo manifest say about the Boxville?
Yeah, the cargo manifest is 500. I don't know what the Boxville is. I haven't done Boxville in a long time, like, and paid attention to it. I can find out for you though. But I think I mean it makes sense to have it there when it's, because I'll be honest, like what everybody hopes for is to get gas station over and over and over and over again, because it's the quickest job you can get. We get paid per contract, not the amount of packages that we deliver. So if we can get shorter jobs and low package jobs, that's the best for us. And the trip between gas stations is only about like 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes. So if you can get that one back to back to back on your rotations, it's a quick paycheck. But there's other times where So I mean, do you know how the contracts and everything work, or no? Do you need me to...
Yeah, basically you keep accepting them until you decide not to, and then it's time to drop off.
That's the basic. So every 5 minutes, the contracts rotate. There's 2 contracts per job type or per truck type. And you can do...
There's 2 what?
2 contracts per truck type. So like there's 2 for the Boxville, 2 for the Pounder, and 2 for the Packer that show up on the tablet.
And they rotate every 5 minutes, you said?
They rotate every 5 minutes. So basically right now, if I look at this, the current rotation is gas station and highway gun store.
Okay.
So I'm going to pick gas station because the highway gun store and the highway convenience, most people are going to skip those 2 contracts because they take a long time to do, whereas you can do other ones quicker.
So wait, the load limit comes from the cargo manifest or like the truck safety parameters?
It's the manifest. The manifest says, hey, you can only carry this much. That's it. I'm right.
So, when I'm looking, when I look at the tablet, it'll tell me like it'll say like gas stations. I can accept this contract. Cargo type is tools. So when I accepted this warehouse, I knew ahead of time. I didn't know because I didn't look. I could have known ahead of time it was electronics, and I could have been like, oh, I shouldn't get that because I'll be overweight on my cargo manifest. Right? It's not that I could have been more diligent and not accepted that contract.
But technically, you're breaching the manifest already if you're carrying 2 different kinds of cargo.
No, that's telling you how much of that type of cargo you can hold.
Does it change based on your contract?
Yes. Yes.
So what does it say right now?
It's still electronics as we're on the same contract, but I'll change it right now.
Okay.
Now we're gonna do a gas station where we're gonna be picking up some tools. Yeah, so now we can carry 1,000 of tools.
Okay.
Yeah, so your manifest changes based on, I mean, all that you guys need to know is you can only have 1,000 per package type. You don't necessarily need to know the manifest, you just need to know how much each manifest holds, I guess, which is 1,000 per on this one. So no matter what I have, if I have ammo, if I have magazines from the gun store, if I have tools or food and drink, whatever the case may be, I can only have 1,000 with just 20 packages of that specific type. But there's a few different ideas and ways that people kind of like. There's some people that just accept whatever contract and just go to it. People that just do the shit mindlessly. There's other people that obviously want to get their bang for their buck in the time that they work. So if you accept lower package jobs, you can do more contracts. Because again, you can only hold a total of 5,000 kilograms.
Right.
The lowest package count is 500 kilograms. So if you got lucky enough, and if you were patient enough, you could wait for only 500 kilogram contracts, and then you can do a total of 10 contracts in a job, and that's how you get paid the most. The other way around it would be accepting any and all contracts, just trying to do a quick job and then trying to get a second job in. That's like the other way, right? So like you might only get, 6 contracts in a job and have a full truck, but then you can come back and potentially do a second one if you're quick enough.
Okay.
So you could make more. You could potentially do 12 contracts instead of 10.
Okay. I'm writing all this down.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep it real arena right now.
Yeah. Oh,
sorry. The government is looking at regulating this shit.
Okay.
I think the easiest way to regulate something like this would be to
Careful.
just set a total weight limit that if it's exceeded, then you can get a ticket. Like that's it.
Hey, watch out, guys! There's an explosive. Look at the sign.
Please be very careful.
Yeah, of course. I will not crash into those. Thank you.
outside.
Sir,
I did
there
not
is
mean to pull that. I did not mean to pull that.
there is a lady hanging out of the truck.
Yeah, look, I'm holding very carefully onto her right now.
Hello, ma'am. Are you okay?
She's fine.
I'm fine.
Okay. All right. Very good.
Oh no, this
Are
is my
you
husband.
fine?
Thank you for asking.
I'm very good. How are you?
Oh, good. We're doing a Grime investigation.
Oh, what happened?
We're just trying to figure out the best way to regulate this safely, and we're getting a little ride along right now from Mr. Stanfield.
Oh, well,
the Grime
if I
King.
if I can tell you something, Mr. Sophisticated Man. See, at the gas station here that I try to work at, there's about 3 trucks that come here every time.
Yeah.
Okay?
I'm not leaving. I'm just
every
trying
time-
to reposition my truck.
They run me over.
What?
I get ran over.
You get ran over?
Sometimes I get ran over. Sometimes they hit the building. Sometimes things are getting broken. It's not good.
No, well, yeah, probably not. I mean,
Have you taken this
You know,
statement?
I'm just trying to work at a store. One time, maybe on it. Hopefully, one day.
one day,
But, you know,
probably not.
One day.
Excuse me, Salim.
Probably not for a long
If you could
time.
just back up. Just back up. If you could just back up. Okay, well,
my
I
God.
asked you to back up, and then
Hey,
you walk directly in front of it. Get off of my goddamn truck. You talk about being ran over. Get off of my truck.
So who is this man?
Officer, I'm being harassed.
Hey, can you get off of his truck, Mr. Salim?
This is my home. Why will I not own it? Tell me.
You don't own this. This is not your home.
No, but why will I not own it?
Wait, your thing unhitched.
I know. No, I unhitched it on purpose. Yeah, I'm having issues.
Yeah.
It's alright. It's
Pull
alright.
up.
Technical problem.
And
Alright. You just need to reconnect the calibrator.
and give the report number to Mr. Hall.
Well, this has never happened to me before.
Oops.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Interesting.
guys
Just
have
do
a very
one
good
job with
day
the
at
mayor,
Salim
and then
Gasalim. Okay,
thank
bye-bye.
you more. Thank you so much, Salim. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
If you could
Have
just
a good
step
day.
away from the vehicle, that'd
Bye-bye.
be great. If you could just again
I'm bloody.
away. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Okay. That's why.
Oh my god.
How many times you gonna run in front of the car and say that you're getting ran over?
What are you doing?
This guy's doing insurance fraud.
He's doing insurance
fraud. Insurance fraud.
Okay, for some reason I'm not able to put the packages in the cargo, and that's never been an issue for me before.
Well, that means that you can't turn in, right?
That means that I can't do anything.
Oh.
Ruh-roh.
But
Oh,
let's
wow.
see about.
Get in there, Grime King.
I just can't even, can you come out here and peek and see if you can see the trunk?
Sure.
Right.
You are littering.
Even in the back of this right here? No?
No.
Okay. Well, that's never, I don't even know what to do.
So now you basically have to throw your packages away because you can't complete it, right?
Well, I'm gonna try it.
Skill, kill, thanks for subbing.
That's crazy.
I've had this happen to me before with the tier 1 truck.
I've done so many. I've never seen this a day in my life. Well, I can't even like
try running far away and coming back.
Yeah, maybe.
Reads chat.
Sir,
What?
do you happen to own a motorcycle?
Yes.
Shit.
What? Why?
Why?
Allegedly, you may or may not have chased me.
Oh, yeah, that worked. Look at you.
Oh yeah, I did do that.
Over there.
Yeah, you were grittying and you were playing the song.
Yeah. It was not good.
Well, hey,
Not good.
should have stopped for the law, son.
Yeah, well, I did, speak to the officer. Very nice officer. Very, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. The reason why I was trying to talk to you was because what was I going to talk to you again?
What?
I don't remember. I want to talk to you about something.
Probably
I
like.
don't remember.
You want to hear some of my? You want to hear my mixtape?
Yes, please. I don't mind.
Young Dab on
Fucking
SoundCloud.
time is money, bro. What
Oh
the
shit!
hell?
Over here, babe.
I ain't got time for you to be selling fucking mixtapes.
Sir, I'm
Move
not
over
your
a little
babe.
Okay.
I'm not
Is it
your babe.
locked?
Is it locked?
No, but we're on an uneven terrain. Hold on. Get the hell away from my car. Get away, move. Okay, I'm gonna do it.
Officers, help! Help! Tell this dumb fuck to get. Oh, you got out of the way. Okay.
All right, now try. Yeah, the most fun part about this truck is when the weight starts going down, it's really hard for your passenger to get in.
Okay.
A weight. So here's the issue with that, right? We have no way of if we've so after every contract, you'll get. I mean, you did it back in the day. You might remember, but you get an alert on your phone to say, "Hey, do you want to accept more contracts?" And you have 30 seconds to say yes or no, right? Now, if you say yes, you have to accept another contract before you can do anything else. If you say yes to that and then you realize, oh, you know what, I'm about to be over the weight limit of what I should be at and I don't want to do an illegal run, I'm actually done. You can't go back and say, all right, never mind, I want to stop. You have to do another contract. And that even goes for if you're at the capacity of the 5,000 that you can hold. If you hit that accept button and you already have 4,900 kilograms in there, you're shit out of luck and your run's just dead.
Okay, I mean that's kind of like user error though.
No, that is, and that's avoidable. But I'm more so saying if it's gonna be based on a, I mean, it is user error, but it's also, yeah, I guess.
Yep.
I guess I just don't see the issue with allowing us to also stop a contract. Just say, hey, you know what? Never mind. I guess I don't see the issue with that. Other than we want people to throw away their work.
I made a note of it.
Yeah. I mean, if we want people to throw away their work, that's fine. It's just, I don't see a reason to have it other than that.
The people of Los Santos need their packages. Grime
Exactly.
King.
And we're just going to throw them away if we can't deliver them.
That's right.
I deliver documents to the courthouse all the time. And I've never read them before delivering them.
Good. You shouldn't.
And never have.
It's for the court size only.
Yeah. Yeah. Unless I can't deliver them, and they're mine.
Okay. So what would a reasonable weight limit be for this truck?
You can get the full truck filled, which is 5,000 kilograms, which is 100 packages, in about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on how like your contracts go. I personally think that the way that it is right now, the 1,000, do I abide by that? No, not a chance in hell. But I think that type of enforcement would be better than just having a weight limit in general.
A flat weight limit? Why do you think that?
I mean, unless you're gonna because it does make you think more. Because people right now, the best way to make money in this job is to hope that you get gas station every single time.
Okay.
And although that is going to make me the most money, I'm also now doing an illegal run because I have too much cargo of the same type. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it is a better run for me, but it also is illegal.
Okay.
But I mean, just making it based on weight limit is fine too, I guess. It would make it a lot easier to have a cop pull you over and see it.
I'm not married to the idea. I'm starting to understand, though, what a cop would have to look for, essentially.
Yeah, they'd have to come back, look at the trunk, and count how many packages each type is and make sure it's not over 20.
What was the crime called again?
Unauthorized, whatever, wide load. Just look up wide load.
Ooh.
I'm guilty of that every time I ride my motorcycle.
True. True. Officers need no independent reasonable suspicion other than the operation of the vehicle to spot check these conditions for compliance. Okay. Everything might be fine as is, actually. Now the more that I'm looking at it.
Hold on, I'm adding to my illegal run. I'm getting more tools.
Unlawful operation of a wide load.
But yeah, I think what cops were doing was just seeing the manifest saying, oh, it's 1,000 of this, and then saying, well, you definitely have more than that because you have like 3,000 weight in here, and not realizing that that's just of that specific package type.
All right. Well, I think I have everything that I need. I don't think anything's going to change. What's going to change is the cops will be able to...
They'll know what they're supposed to look for.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think that's all that's necessary.
Wow, so it was just a training issue?
Cops like to be fed everything, be it money from the state or information or penal charges or whatever.
You can also feed me if you want. I'm poor.
I can hear the truck beating against the ground now.
Yeah. It does that. In all honesty, I've made more money. Have you heard of my Marlowe's paid cryo packer program?
No.
Yeah, I have a queue for this. This isn't like there's like 5 people in queue right now waiting to work with me.
Yeah. Wow. Do you take like a cut from them?
No. There's different priority levels. There's 1, 2, and 3. 1 being 20,000, 2 being 30,000, and 4 being 40,000. So people pay for prio to be put into the queue and have a higher, spot in the queue.
Okay.
You can just join the queue normally, but you're going to be behind all those people that have prio, obviously.
Right.
So yeah, I've made probably about like $400,000 to $500,000 on the prio itself.
Hey, can we get a loan?
Oh god.
Oh.
Yeah. Once I see what this legislation y'all pushing is.
What legislation?
But
For loans?
I don't think we're pushing that.
Yeah,
like
there's
I
no-
was
really.
saying that we were talking about like the inherent legislative risks that lenders
okay.
have.
I mean, that's something I'm down to talk to y'all about. I know I got a lot of experience in that.
Hello, welcome to Salim.
I swear
Oh
to
my
God.
god.
I swear to God.
Hello, welcome to Salim. Gasane.
Salim, I am feeling threatened by you.
What
And I
is
do got that
love?
thing on me.
Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
See what we got to deal with?
Epictelia,
Every single time we come here?
Oh, yeah. Epictetian thinks something. Sorry. Well,
Are you on bail for a hut?
Better than getting robbed. Wait, who's on bail?
Don't get robbed.
Celine.
Hello.
Hi, aren't you out on bail?
Yeah.
This is how
Oh.
you're behaving?
Yeah, committing insurance fraud? Crazy.
This is a violation of your bail conditions. My inner judge just comes out too often.
Why would you think I am doing this all?
Just gonna review your bail conditions really fast, alright?
Alright, well.
Yeah, this truck is fucking leaning. Also, we can probably cut this this run short.
Okay, yeah, this will be the last one then. Sleep, get the hell away from my truck.
So you're required to comply with all institutional rules, including but not limited to the Penal Code of the State of San Andreas. Fraud is not
think he's asked you for any
compliant
money.
with the Penal Code. I'm just throwing it out there.
Oh, fair enough.
He hasn't validated his bail. Don't say that.
It was including but not limited to. I wrote his hut word.
You did?
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I don't want him to know. He might know.
Yeah, I think he's too dumb to put 2 and 2 together right
Oh,
now.
thank fucking God, because I don't want him to stab me.
So I gave out a loan to a police officer who wanted a cruiser.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, I know I can't like have a lien on that vehicle or be in possession of it if I repo it or anything like that.
Right.
So what we kind of wrote up in the contract and Barrick signed off on it too was if he defaults on it, it gets repossessed by LSPD and then we auction it that way to like an officer. And then whatever balance is owed after that is still like up to the borrower to pay off, basically.
Yeah, my wife and I want to move out of our trailer because it's being gang stalked by Dan's. So right now we have about like 100K probably. And we could sell the trailer and maybe get like 100K plus.
150, or at least 130, because that's what we paid including tax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it's a seller's market. Don't let people push you around. People will say, oh, but it's not going to go up in price anymore because no other property's being bought. But because there's no other property to buy, so you guys can get well over market. That since there's no other properties to buy up there.
Nice.
And we want to buy another house, so that's what we need a loan for.
How much are you thinking?
Probably like 250.
Yeah, I could do a mortgage for 250.
Fuck.
Sick.
You know what?
What's your what's that return you looking for though? That's more so the issue.
Go on.
Well, I mean, what sort of repayment are you looking at? Like how
Payment
long?
schedule?
Yeah.
We could do once a week.
For how long?
I know, for like the actual like term.
Yeah.
250. Nothing.
What about like 15K a week?
A long time, buddy. I just did a 300K loan. It was 20% interest with a 3-week turnaround time.
Yeah, can we get ours no interest?
Wild enough.
Bruh, please.
It's a mortgage. Something closer to 3% would be much more reasonable.
Not in this day and age. Not in this market. Y'all got credit?
We're the mayor.